raw. It's uncensored. It's live 24/7. It's chaoticradio.com.
You're cruising on a motorcycle through another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey of crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop.
All right. We're on. Why does it sound like I'm in an empty hallway?
Speak directly and
No, I mean I'm talking directly in the
directly
mic.
into the end of it.
Bring mine up a little bit. Warm mine up a little bit.
Try it now.
Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Just need it a little bit warmer. All right. So, is it hot enough for anybody?
Yeah. 85.
Danny was saying he's like it's much better here than fucking Florida. Because then it's just dry heat here.
Here it is, yeah.
It was starting to look like Florida today. You got all these thunderstorms going around everywhere, but that's all on the other side of the mountains.
Well, see, you know what? Because you're more in tune with that kind of shit, but JJ. But I think, I think that we get. I think we're starting. Southern California starting to get some of that monsoon weather, like that normally Arizona and Mexico would get. New Mexico.
Uh-huh. Yeah, why not? Sometimes we get thunderstorms in the summer.
Yeah, but it's been happening a lot more frequently. Maybe it's just me, but I think it is.
Well, we hadn't got rain since March?
Yeah, we had a lot of rain this year though, and a lot of rain last year, which was nice. So that means all the aquifers are full. Big Bear Lake is full.
Not quite. They're still pretty low.
Yeah, but Big Bear Lake, because you have the small lake that's on the other side of the road. That one's full. Because I was just up there about 4 weekends ago, taking a ride with my son and some buddies in Otsko too. Of course, I know that Otsko, it's not good for her right now because she's going through menopause, so the heat's probably got to be bad for her. I wonder if men go through menopause because I'm 52. I mean, so is there something like I know it's midlife crisis.
We call it menopause.
Menopause.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do men go through menopause? Not midlife crisis. I'm not talking about midlife crisis. I mean, do we go through a thing where maybe our nuts don't produce sperm? I'm not sperm,
Hopefully.
but we don't nut. We're just shooting.
No,
it just feels like you're shooting, but you're not shooting a load anymore.
That only happens when they tie your tubes.
Come on in, guys.
All right.
That's true.
Really? So then it's just like shooting dust. Is that what happens?
No, you still make sperm until you die.
I'm not talking about making sperm. I mean, because my nuts are already tied. I aced that nipped that in the bud, dude. When I was when my second son was born. So I'm not trying to have any more kids. So that's been done for a while. But I still bust a nut, right? But that's my thinking, because if women go through the menopause, they don't have a period anymore.
They still get really horny.
Yeah, that's because they stop producing the eggs.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, do men stop busting a nut?
No, never.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Unless they have-
People stop busting nuts either.
Unless they have
They
ED.
just can't reproduce. Guys can bust nuts and not reproduce.
Oh yeah, okay. It's so erectile dysfunction.
No.
Hey, you need to get these guys some ears. Get Brandon and his guests some ears.
This is Frank.
What's up, Frank? How you doing, bro?
Good, bro. It's good to see you again, man.
Oh man, see, this thing needs a swivel, so I can just tilt this mic to me.
Thank you, sir.
Ooh, are those the good kind of gummies?
No, I wish they were, but unfortunately they're not.
We were just talking about the gummies. where I was saying that my old roommate, he had brought some home. He's like, "Hey, check these out. They're gummy bears." And so I ate like 5 of them in like 30 minutes. And I was playing like this horror first person shooter video game, and like an hour and a half later, it decided to kick in, and I got surround sound, so shit's like creeping up behind me, and I started freaking out, dude. I had to walk around. I was walking around the block, just kept walking. Had to walk that shit off.
Have you ever done DMT?
No,
Oh, I did that once.
What about you, Danny?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. You've done like a lot of drugs, just not a lot of not a variety.
We're live.
I don't give. You know what I mean? Danny's one of those people that's done a lot of drugs, just not a lot of different variety. I've done a lot of different variety, but not a lot of drugs. If that makes any sense.
Yes,
I've done both.
It does.
I'm with you, bro.
I've done both.
A lot of the same drug.
Hey,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Brandon, make Danny a little bit warmer. Because Danny's always the guy the guy that always like scoots back a little bit. He never wants to get up on the mic.
Oh,
No, you're okay, Danny. We're
talking to me?
going to accommodate to you.
nice. As,
So-
as it should be.
Right,
should be.
exactly.
I mean,
Our
he is
guest.
in the band.
Right.
We don't know which one, but I'm
He
in
is-
a band.
he is
Or I
with-
will be at some point, probably.
Aren't you in like
Or I
7
have
different
been.
bands, or did you calm that
No.
down?
So at the moment,
You get
I'm-
monogamous?
Danny is the epitome of a musician slut.
It's true.
Okay.
But he's good at it, so
Yes,
why not?
That's right.
No, right now, I'm just doing Danny Attack.
Okay.
So it's just solo stuff. But I'm back in California now, so I might start some other stuff as well.
No more Florida?
Still has a Florida license plate though.
Fuck it, it's cheaper, boy.
I
Right?
drove my car down
Keep
here.
that motherfucker registered in Florida for sure.
Is it? I haven't had to re-register yet. So is it cheaper?
Dude, let me put it to you this way. My 87 GSXR 750, 1987, mind you, $169. But what I did is I retired them. I put them on non-op because I don't ride them anymore, And so I'm like, it's a collectible. So I'm just gonna. I bought a front and rear wheel stand, so I'm just gonna prop them up, and boom, that's it. He's just gonna look good in my showroom, and we'll call it a day. I'm not paying that. $22 for non-op. Fucking here you go, $22. I'm not. I haven't ridden them in like 2 years, but I've been paying the registration, paying for insurance.
Those are registered to where?
California. Yeah, an 87 GSXR motorcycle. I mean, for God's sake, $169 fucking dollars. Fuck off.
It's not even worth $169, is it?
It's worth a lot more than that, but it's not worth it for me. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Well, how do you get that figure?
They just keep adding and adding to it.
Well, my 2004 CBR 600RR was $172. So how do you? I thought as the older it gets, isn't it supposed to get like cheaper?
Well, it depends on what kind of stuff it
That's
is.
why they raise the prices.
They have luxury tax.
They
Yeah,
got
and
all kinds
motorcycle-
of other shit that they put on.
Yeah, and motorcycles are not considered like, a car like transportation.
vehicle.
Yeah, they're considered a luxury vehicle, I guess, and whatever
Like RVs and all
planet.
that shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. So, anyways, I put him on retirement. Fuck it. There you go. Gonna sit in this room, look good until, and I'm telling you, the next person comes up with 10 grand and says, "Hey,
Now, and we're talking
He's
about
gone.
license plates, right?
yeah, we were talking about his," and then he mentioned registration.
Right. So I have a question. So if you're not going to be writing them, why should you even have to pay any registration at all?
No, because I have not put him on a non-op, and I just finally
Oh, okay, I
did. Yeah,
see.
so this one it came in, it was $169. I'm like, going, you know what? I don't ride them, so I just put it on non-op. Boom! I contact my insurance company, take them off.
So once you put them on non-op, you don't have to pay any more.
Nope.
Per year.
Nope.
If you take it off, then you have to pay for all the years that it was on non-op.
No.
Really? Oh.
No. As long as you put it on non-op, you're good to go. And then when it comes, if I decide to ride him again, then it just starts from where I left off. Yeah, it doesn't accumulate. It's when you don't put it on non-op, then it accumulates.
Oh, okay. I
Like a
thought
normal
they did.
car.
I had,
Oh, yeah.
I had a car I paid all kinds of insurance on for like 4 years while I was building it. I'm about a dumb bastard.
Damn.
I bought it, paid a bunch of insurance on it, blew the motor, and I was like, well, I'm just going to rebuild it all. So just kept paying the insurance on it, and I ran out of money to rebuild it, so just sat there, and I didn't want the insurance to lapse. God damn, I'm dumb.
You fucked up. You just got a little lazy.
You know, you can have it on non-operation and still take it to the track too.
Yes, you can because it's not on public highway.
So if you tow it there,
And
Yeah.
you could also take it off road, but I wouldn't recommend it with that bike.
Well, see, when we do track days, our bikes are on the trailer. So, plus our bikes don't have lights or nothing like that.
But then
So
you got to
they're
register the trailer.
No,
Oh, really?
nope. Once it's a dedicated trailer, you pay for whatever so they can have it in the computer, and you never pay a registration fee for it
Oh.
because it's not used. It's not a vehicle a motorized vehicle that you would use all the time.
so is that the same deal with like an enclosed trailer? Once you pay
Absolutely
the
correct.
First time?
Yes. Well, not an RV type trailer.
Well, I'm talking about like a band touring trailer. Because you have to register those
Yeah,
trailers.
as long as it's not a kind that you would like an RV, a recreational vehicle.
Right, it's
If
something
it's
you
just a
haul.
trailer like a U-Haul trailer,
Yeah.
nope. It's a special plate and it says trailer, and so there's no tag or nothing on it. It's just there you go.
It's good to know.
Yeah, especially for you.
Not for Danny Attack, but for bands I may be in, yes.
Yeah. So
I don't need a trailer for my for that.
He's just gonna. There you go.
Yeah,
Boom.
that goes
I'm
my
loaded.
backseat. Yep.
I'm loaded.
So when did you move back from Florida?
Just recently, a couple weeks ago.
Are you moved back to Montclair area, or well, I mean, don't tell
Yeah, it's-
everybody where you live, I guess. But.
San Gabriel Valley.
Okay,
Yeah, so same area.
good. Now I get good TVs again.
San Gabriel.
Everybody, if you need a TV, this is your guy.
TV guy.
San Gabriel.
San Gabriel Valley area, yeah. Covina Baldwin Park, Azusa, that.
Oh my
You
god.
can't let these stalkers know exactly where, because
give
then
a few
traffic's going to be
different-
fucking horrible.
Right?
Trying to get around
Probably
anywhere
won't
where he
happen.
lives.
God, that area gets so fucking hot, dude. Because it sits inside the bowl. Yeah.
But I mean, it's still not comparable to the Valley or the IE, you know. Or
Well, the IE's
Florida.
not so bad because at least we get the Santa Anas, so we at least get a little bit of breeze.
Yeah, once you get deep
going.
into the IE,
Yeah.
you know, Hesperia, Apple Valley, stuff like that. There's still, I mean, yeah, you got cold nights, but it's hot as fuck in the day.
Yeah, but I teach like in Van Nuys, and I'm telling you right now, Van Nuys is like an oven.
Yeah.
You know, and then
you teach there. You teach all over the place, though, huh?
yeah, I teach all over. Yeah, all over Southern California.
I was just in Hollywood. Well, not Hollywood. The Valley area this last weekend. That's where I'm recording. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah. What studio?
It is VC Groove Studios.
Okay.
One of my friends, Victor. He's a drummer, professional drummer. That's all he does.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, so, yeah,
he went to like
Victor.
college in Colombia or some shit. Like,
Well, he's from Spain.
Yeah,
and
he
he got a
knows him better than me,
scholarship to Berkeley in Boston. Went there, moved here, and then joined 7 Days away. So I know him from then.
Isn't that's a
That's the
they're off
original-
like Lancashire, right, or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, over there.
Okay.
So that's where I'm doing the Danny Attack stuff.
Right. That's why my show is mainly about motorcycles and music. Because at least I there's two things that I know a lot about.
Yeah.
Where's the studio? I think it's right around here.
And he's a drummer, so if you would have him at any point, you guys just talk for hours about drums.
You know,
Clinic.
well then we should have on Drum Clinic. Yeah.
oh, he's bad as like, and he knows all like the technical shit too. He does like drum machines.
Oh, so he's like Frosty. That just
He was
he
like-
diagnoses everything. He knows all the
But not as old.
lingo and what have you.
not as old. He was the original 7 Days Away drummer in California when they moved
All
out
right.
here. He was the first guy we got. The audition for him was crazy, like how we auditioned him. It's funny. It's a funny story if we have time.
No, and then 7 Days Away kind of disbanded. They try to keep it going because we were actually just talking. We had
Art.
yeah.
Art and what the other two guys
Tyler.
last
Oh no, Tyler wasn't ever in there.
last week.
Yeah, only Art was in the band. It was in 7 Days Away from Revolution Underground.
Right.
yeah, only Art's in that band.
Yeah, but we were talking about 7 Days Away, and it just people started going, because Brandon went to Indiana.
Jay moved first.
Yep.
Jay moved.
Jay moved
and
first,
then-
that's
and
right.
then- and then Brandon.
Well, I
Brandon-
moved first, and then
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then Jay moved.
So you broke up the band?
Yeah, I do that.
You see what I'm saying?
I get bored easily, and so I was like, oh, you know what?
Just skip to
Break
the
the
next
band
one.
up. Yeah, go to the next band. Commitment issues, I guess. With
Well, I mean, once you get one person leaves. Okay, it's difficult to replace one person, but then when you
Fuck
get
no,
then when
it's
you
not.
get then when you get
Unless they're lead bass.
then if the singer leaves, and then singers are very hard to replace.
Yeah.
And then you have the guitar player, and then it's a domino effect, and it's
Yeah.
like trying to keep something alive. It's like trying to resurrect the dead.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it disbanded because when I left, it wasn't disbanded. I left and I was just like, all right, I'm kind of peacing out, but no hard feelings. This is like some of the best times of my life. But I'm
No, all you
in
guys
it,
had respect for each other.
and so like I left, they were still recording an album with the dude from Escape to Fate, and then sometime in the middle of that is when everyone decided it wasn't working.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Well, it was always in turmoil because when you have, and I'm not going to talk shit about it, but when you have because I don't know all the inner workings or anything, but when you have something that just keeps replacing itself, like members just kept going in and out, in and out, in and out, it's going to eventually unravel because something inside of there is making those spokes come out of that wheel.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, I mean that band's been around since '99.
Yeah, and
right?
it's had a billion.
And I was only in it for a few years before I left.
I mean, I remember when they switched members originally, and they did it in the middle of the fucking concert. They just told the other dude, they just brought the dudes in. Swear to God, we were all sitting there. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, some dudes start walking through the crowd with guitars, and they're like, "Hey, you got to get the fuck out of here!" Kick the dudes off the stage, and the dudes that walked through the crowd got up there and started rocking it down.
Damn.
Oh shit!
Swear to Christ, yeah. I was
That's
like,
how they roll in Indiana, I guess.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck happened here? Like, yeah, we just switched members out. Like, I guess, fuck.
That's fucked up.
They had that shit
That's
planned.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was wild as shit. It was crazy. But,
Was it
I
a
mean,
big show?
Well, I mean, no.
Big-
Yeah.
big
It was
enough? Good enough,
yeah,
right?
well, I mean, it was a big show. Like, they're a big fucking deal in Indiana.
Yeah.
Like, a big fucking
No, I mean,
deal.
they're just anywhere though. Like I go to the Spotify every now and then, and even today, if you go to Spotify, 7 Days Away has 10,000 views a month or listens a month.
Wow.
Still 10,000. They're not
Wow.
even. No one promotes them at all ever. It's just people just recurring listening.
And-
10,000 a month.
And a lot of them aren't even from America. You get
Right,
a lot
yeah.
like Denmark and all that, which is crazy. But because they won that contest a couple years back when the Punisher movie first came out, so they won the contest with that and got on the soundtrack for that.
Oh, nice.
And
Punisher.
so then they had a whole lot of publicity for that. And then the local Kmart there had like a CD or when the soundtrack released, they had a big signing and shit. So I mean, they're a big fucking deal out there. And when you go from being the biggest thing on the block to coming out and not being shit, it wears on your ego bad because
Right.
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
I mean, they started over once we got here. We had to build.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole new territory, Indiana to L.A.
yeah.
You know,
Because, I mean, in Indiana, you could be like, hey, 7 Days Away is coming. The fucking place is sold out because the whole town of Connorsville will drive 150, 200 fucking miles to go watch them and know every song. And they can play the same. They could just send out the same CD every single time with a different track, like just mix up the track list and they just bang, oh, new CD's banging. Like they're just loyal like that. And then you go out there and then you go to these ones that are just like, nah, you're just another band. It kind of wears on your ego, and you're like, well, maybe this ain't for me. And then you say, well, maybe it is for me, and you guys fucking suck. And that's what I think. That's what happens when you take a small town frame, bring it up, and bring it into the big world.
Well, same thing happened to Slipknot. They came from like a little small town,
Kansas or some shit.
Ohio.
Ohio,
Or
so,
Iowa.
Yeah,
One of them. I don't know.
It was something
Yeah, I'll
like
get
that. It was
shipped-
like
I'll
a
get shipped
small
out. I don't
town, but
But it's either
just
Ohio
boom.
or Iowa. It's one of those. It's the same place.
Yeah.
Well, they had an album called Iowa.
Then that's probably it.
It's Iowa, yeah. I know it was somewhere, Kansas, Iowa, Tornado Alley, somewhere.
Oh no, Hawthorne Heights is Ohio's for lovers. So that's what that.
Yeah, and then you had what's his face, Corn from Bakersfield. I mean, you know,
Really?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
A lot of
Yeah.
people from Bakersfield, though. You had Dwight Yoakam from Bakersfield. You got fucking, isn't the dude from Metallica from Bakersfield?
no, actually, Lars Ulrich is actually from San Bernardino, or
same thing.
or something,
It's the IE.
whatever. Yeah, IE, and then
That's all the same.
So it's Cotton
because I think he went to shit like the same high school that the boy's mom went to, or something like that. Whatever it was.
Queens
but,
of the Stone Age is from the high desert area.
Are they really?
That's crazy.
I did not know
I
that.
gotta listen to music more. I don't know any of this stuff.
Danny's just listening to his own shit.
Yeah, basically. This is the stuff on repeat.
Rocking
fuck
my
it.
own shit out.
I mean,
Well, I
it's
mean,
got a new.
No one else is gonna listen to it.
Well, the music out today makes me sick.
Play's got to go up somehow.
Well, one thing is I nailed Fire on All Cylinders. They're going to be here on August 26th, which is going to be awesome because that's going to be their CD release, and then they got their CD release gig at the Glass House on September. I think it was September. Shit.
That's not a day.
God damn it! I knew I was going to forget it.
September shit.
Right. Anyways,
Their show?
their show at the Glass House.
Isn't it the
They're bringing us
got the
tickets. Yeah, they're going to bring us tickets on the 26th. But Glass House, great venue.
Yeah.
So now, speaking of venues, my little cousins, Dianthus, they played at the Canyon. So I finally went to the Canyon for the first time.
The Canyon Club and like the fucking Buffalo.
No, they have one here now in Montclair, in the mall. And so I'm like, okay, gonna go check out my cousins. Great sound. They still do the M15. Let me fuck the the opening bands. Let me just kind of like not make the drummer tone down the bass drum. Yeah, we'll give you some snare. But your toms and your bass drum are gonna kind of suffer a little bit. We're gonna make it just enough so you know that it's there. So, but they had the light show and everything, great, but it was still better than M15 because I mean you know how M15 is, Danny.
No, yeah.
No,
that's
opening
kind of
bands. You played for a national act. You were fucked.
Any big venue,
Yeah.
like we'll do that with. Yeah, there's national act. They'll make whoever the locals are. Just low. They'll drop all the volumes down. That way when the headliner comes up, it's just like bam in your face.
Well, and now here's where I didn't understand where they were coming from is because they weren't playing for a national act. It was they're a pretty popular AC/DC cover band, and I can't think of the name, but they're pretty well known. Back in Black? No, but I'm like. Okay, well, at that point, if you're just having, like tribute band, I mean, just make everybody sound fucking good. Am I right?
Yeah,
Right?
I agree.
But it still did sound good. But I'm going to be playing there with another band. I'm filling in.
Are you playing drums?
I still can't mention the band's name because the
rap.
No, it's. It's
I just want anybody to know.
right? But at least you got a chance to check it out. But all I know is that I'm a heavy hitter. My little cousin's not. So even if the guy kind of fucks me over on the sound, I'm still gonna I'm still gonna project.
Yeah, I mean some drummers just don't hit hard for whatever reason. Like it's dumb.
Right? Yeah. It's just they rely on a microphone. It's like nah, dude, beat the hell out of that drum, dude.
I don't know.
I just, first off, I mean, all I know is that my snare, I just see Hillary Clinton's face.
You just called her Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, I did.
That's great.
That's really you have a picture of her on your snare?
In my head, okay. Yeah. I just see her fucking face.
We could put her face on your snare for you if you wanted to.
I bet, that'd be a great idea.
Well, I have a printer able to do it. I swear to God.
That would be an excellent idea. Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, we do silk screen. We do everything.
All that.
I can print on the microphones. I can print shit on. I can print your iPhone case.
Cell phone, yeah.
Print all kinds of stuff.
Bottle caps.
I can print your sunglasses. I can print your T-shirts. I can print your mugs. I can print your headphones.
Really? Mm-hmm. So I put something like right over the cover of the lens, and I can still see through it. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Really?
I can do it all. Well, I can't, but I got printers that do it. Yeah.
I'm just the guy that bought all the fucking.
Well, that's the secret. That's the secret of life. I figure out what I want to get done. I figure out the people that can do it, and then they do it, and then I pay them for it.
There you go.
He's on that ever since.
That's the whole thing about being in business, you know, and that's what's great because my shop.
I appreciate the offer on the alcohol, but I cannot drink. I do apologize, but thank you very, very much.
I think the problem solved itself already.
I think it did.
He did. He went like this. He was like,
I know. He's like, oh, well, he already knows.
and he was very nonchalant about it.
Oh, he already knows the drill.
I just want to let everyone know I'm 60 days sober.
I was 60 days sober.
You were.
And he's celebrating tonight.
I wanted to know in 2 months I'll be 60 days sober after this.
He celebrates every night.
Well, you can be sober and drink too.
Never alone.
So, I'm just I'm looking forward to this, and actually I finally, because Knuckles Deep kind of disbanded. Speaking of disbanding, Chuck Lawyer went to Beyond Retaliation, and they're just like getting a lot of shows, and they're getting ready to do a tour. So it's like fuck, And then I just kind of fell right into a blues rock band lap.
That's what you're playing with, the blues rock band?
Yeah, they came to my shop where I have my U-bit in my shop. So I have like a section off where it's like for the bands, like when I was in Visions and Knuckles Deep. But yeah, we just came in and it was like one of those things where just once you started playing, it just meshed.
Nice.
And I'm like, man, this feels good. And we jammed till and I had to get up at 4:00 in the morning. We jammed till almost 11, and they got there at 5:30, and we just couldn't stop jamming. That's when I get blisters and shit on my hands. I just kept fucking playing. I'm like, oh, fuck it.
That's what's fun about blues rock. You can just jam to stuff for hours. I had
Yeah.
a similar experience though, but it was funny because they just wanted me to be ultra simplistic on the drums. And it probably didn't help that I show up. My drum set has 3 toms on top. It was probably overkill.
Well, I was actually playing my Yamaha kit, but I just kept it under toe. Just very simple shit. Good to go. So we got Terphouse. Well, you've got new products out with that now.
Yeah, I got a lot of different stuff out now.
Yes, and you got a lot of stuff going with MMA fighters.
Yeah, I got a gym. So I own a gym in Riverside called the House MMA, Carlson Gracie Riverside. So I have Sean Ruiz, which is my head BJJ instructor. And then we have Tony Gio, which is my head striking instructor. Or Alpha Costa, which is my wrestling instructor. And he actually beat Marlon Moraes, which fought Henry Cejudo for the title. He lost too, but Ralph actually beat him a couple years back by a rear naked choke. So I like to say that our wrestling program is one of the best in Southern California. Besides the Poway area. You're not going to touch Poway. So San Diego County. But so I have an FDA registered pain stick on the way out with a couple of doctors from Southern California as well. It's kind of went from a hobby into a real business.
What's a pain stick?
So it has a bunch of different active ingredients. So what my company is a CBD company. So it relieves pain naturally, obviously. But what I've done is I've teamed up with a doctor that's had a pain cream. So it's got a lot of it's like a Bengay icy hot type of deal.
It has that smell to it.
Yeah, so it takes away. I'm drawing blanks on the ingredients right now, but there's a lot of different just numbing agents and things that relieve pain immediately.
All natural.
Oh, but the cream.
Yeah, it is a stick. It's on an oversized chapstick or like a deodorant stick, I guess.
More like a deodorant stick.
Yeah, so you just apply it on, boom, 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 rub it in, and then it soaks into your skin. But it has CBD in it, and it's one of 2 products now that's registered with the FDA. We were the first, and then right as soon as we came on the market, there was another company that came out. And what we're facing right now is our container issue. Our containers got seized at the port, so we're not able to put them in containers until we get our customs released.
Dope.
So,
Yeah,
thanks.
It's just hemp. That's why people are still tripping over it. Stupid.
Is it the type of container or what's in it?
I think it's just where it came from because I bought it from China. So I have a vape company. We deal with THC vapes, CBD vapes, and I think it's from where it came from.
Some of the best in the business, by the way.
Oh yes, thank you. Well, actually, so we have new technology out. So I stopped. I wanted to stop getting fucked by getting all this different bullshit oil, like all the stuff that everybody's vaping on now, the dank tanks, exotic carts, cookies, heavy hitters, brass knuckles, all that shit. It's all fake garbage. You can buy the packaging online and fill it yourself. I do it. So what's happening is people are taking this garbage oil, they're cutting it down with this uber thick stuff, or what they call honey cut, and they're taking a 90% oil, cutting it down to 30%, selling it to you as 80% for 30, 40, 50 bucks. It's costing them about $4 and $5 to make the cartridge. They're making a ton of fucking money, and then putting legitimate companies like me out of business because somebody would rather save $5 and get high and get fucked up. There's so many people that are in the hospital from dank tanks. So they'd rather save $5 and buy this junk shit from their buddy Mo instead of going to a legit retailer and buying their products. So I got tired of getting gypped, going to wholesale, buying the oil. So I actually purchased the machines myself. And we're getting into the nanotechnology. They're starting to get into the nanotechnology of CBD. I'm starting to do it with THC. And what it does is it distills it down into a like a finer filter, I guess. Breaks it down and let your body absorb it faster.
2 minutes.
Is it water soluble now?
No. It's not a water. No, because it's oil. So oil.
But it's still, if you like rubbed it on your skin, this mic's hot. You could like absorb it that way.
Yeah, it's subdermal and sublingual as well. So it will soak into your skin. I mean, the way that CBD works is it's not a chemical. It actually activates the actual cannabinoids or the receptors inside your body to produce its own cannabinoids. So it's not like you're just taking CBD and like, oh, okay, that's great. You take it and it allows your body to reproduce other cannabinoids inside of your body. What the big misconception right now is the full spectrum or the broad spectrum CBD. They're calling it a CBD oil, which it doesn't exist. It's a hemp oil. Because if you're taking all the cannabinoids from hemp and placing it into an oil form, that's a hemp oil. CBD oil is CBD only. That's an isolate. So you take an isolate, break it down, put it into MCT oil, that's your CBD oil. You cannot have a full spectrum CBD oil. You can only have a full spectrum or broad spectrum hemp oil. What companies are doing is placing this big, magnificent amount of milligrams on the bottle, calling it CBD, when it's all the cannabinoids inside of the bottle together and very minimal CBD. So what I've been doing is I've been taking all these different brands that have 5,000, 7,500 milligrams for $300 and all this, and sending them to the labs, and they're coming back with 40 and 50 milligrams per bottle, not even per serving, but per bottle.
That sucks.
Yeah. So these people are saying, well, we need it for the entourage effect, which is true. You need other cannabinoids, but you also need the proper dosage of CBD. If you're not getting the proper dosage, it's not taking effect. A lot of these people are walking around with the placebo effect. It's just like when those ion bracelets first came out. Oh, my balance was so much better.
Oh, those work so good.
Right? And they did for like 2 years until it was scientifically proven that it was bullshit. It's all placebo effect.
Yep.
Same thing with the CBD. You got everybody coming out with 250 milligram bottles for $20, selling them at the gas stations and shit. If you're not getting 25 milligrams of CBD per dosage, you're not activating your receptors properly. You're not producing the amount of cannabinoids that need to go to the hurt areas. The way that the CBD works is just like any like Advil or Tylenol. When you're in pain, your receptors are open. This goes into your receptors, allows those receptors to start adding in or producing those cannabinoids. What makes Terphouse different from any other CBD company is we use natural terpenes found inside of cannabis to open up those receptors more efficiently. Because THC is THC, but you can get high differently off of different strains of marijuana. Reason being is the terpene compound. That's what affects the sensors in your brain more than THC. It allows the THC to go into those receptors. So when you're smoking sativas, you get a little bit of a rush. When you're smoking indicas, you kind of get down a little bit. But the THC is the same. So my thought process was, well, what's different? The terpenes. So then that's when we started messing with the terpenes and found out that's what opens up your receptors. So we've been using those since we started, or since I started, I guess. And as far as I can tell, I'm the only company that actually uses pure organic terpenes from cannabis, from marijuana strains to flavor my vapes. I get a lot of people that are like, oh, I've tried other vapes. Yours is the purest tasting. Yours is the best. And now ours is the hardest hitting because we do not cut our oil. And we've used our nanotechnology to make sure that the THC molecules and the cannabinoids hit your system more efficiently. So as soon as you take a hit, you can feel it throughout your body. It gives you a whole body rush. Before, like a regular distillate, it takes a little bit for it to kick in. It'll take 30, 40 seconds, maybe a minute or two. With nanotechnology, it'll hit your system immediately. So that's why all the craze is with the CBD. People want to feel CBD, the relief immediately. They want that nanotechnology. I started doing them with THC.
And so now all this other bullshit, I mean, we're literally talking $5 difference.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit different than $5. Like, what's happening is these cheaper carts, I can make a cheap cart. I can make a heavy hitters, brass knuckles. I can make them for around $7.50 to $8.50 a cartridge. I can sell them to a wholesaler for $10 to $15 a cartridge, and then they'll sell them on the street for $30 to $40 a cartridge. I sell my cartridges for $50 online or retail, and I have a wholesale program that anybody is interested, they can hit me up. I sell them in bulk at a discounted rate, obviously. That's just slightly higher than those margins. Like I said, they get them for about $40. I retail them for about $50. But when you're looking at the label and it says 80% THC, you're getting 80% THC. I can buy a package of cartridges right now that say 87% THC on the back and they're empty. I can put whatever the fuck I want on it. Mine goes through SC Laboratories, gets printed on, gets all that shit, has batch numbers, and you can see that it is what it is. I'm the only company that puts the actual percentage on there and can stand behind it in a lab. Everybody else puts the percentage on there, but no lab signatures, nothing.
Yeah,
and your average person's not going to be like, oh,
They don't give a fuck.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send this to the lab and pay the extra money just to see if this is like legit shit. And
They don't care.
Yeah.
When I first started, dude, I thought I'm going to revolutionize the industry. I'm going to get all these things tested and show everybody's lying. I printed this big board to where like heavy hitters, brass knuckles, when they were they're still booming, but when they were just top shelf, they're claiming that they're the highest in the industry. It's 40% highest I've ever seen on their cartridges, and they're saying they're like 80 and 90%. So I made a board with all the testing, had links to them online and everything, and I would set them up at the sessions out here in LA, and I would show everybody. Everybody would read it, like, oh, that's fucked up. How much? Oh, okay. Then they go over here and they get it for $5 cheaper and buy it from the exact same motherfuckers that I just showed them that they made it in their garage. There was this company called Pure Vape. They had 80% THC on their packaging. Their vape oil it was like water. I tested it. It was at 24%. I had the biggest picture I could find and placed it next to their table. They fucking sold out. They were selling them for like $5 and $10 a gram. People don't give a fuck.
Money.
Yeah, they don't give a
You
fuck.
want to save a buck.
Like, I don't know how I stayed in business as long as I did. Like, I was overpaying for shit from my own friends. I didn't know what I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I first started.
Well, I can tell you exactly why you're still in business, because just like my business, my motorcycle shop, and I'm going to just do like a little analogy here. I'm not the cheapest guy. I'm not the most expensive guy, but I'm the guy that does the fucking job that you paid for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When my customers that you go on, if you go on to Yelp or Bling or whatever, Bing, whatever the shit,
Bling.
and, bling, bling, and you pull up my shop, Avenger Cycle Works, I'm 5 stars all the way across, and there's just like tons and I love reading this stuff, and I'm like, going, wow, shit, I have no idea that I have that much of an impact on the motorcycle industry, but I only know how to do a job, and that is the right way. Mm-hmm. My dad said, before he passed away, he's like, son, it doesn't matter what you do, just be the best at it. And there's only one way to do a job. That's the right way. Mm-hmm. It's fucking very simple.
Well, if you don't do it the right way, you got to go back and do it again. See, I'm lazy, so that's why I do things the right way, because I don't want to do more work.
Right. But then when he does stuff to his motorcycle, I have to fix it. So
I don't do. I like the only thing I've really done is just like minor stuff, like working on a motorcycle engine. I can work on an old Chevy 350, and that's a huge difference between that and the new engine.
I stay in my lane. I don't touch shit. Like, if I can't be the best at something, I don't do it. So what was it I tried to do before? Oh, I tried to be a mortgage bro. I got my mortgage license and all this shit, dude. I spent like a year and a half on this shit. Studied my ass off. Got my mortgage license, and the guy I was working with was just fucking amazing, bro. Like, there was no way I was going to beat him. So I just quit. Spent like a year and a half, like $5,000 in money. Didn't give a fuck. I knew I wasn't going to beat him, so I left. So I think that's the only reason that I'm still in this business, is because I know that I'm the best right now. I'm not the biggest by no means, but I know I have the best product. So, I'm just kind of sticking in there. I know you've had years to where you're like, fuck, man, I think I'm going to have to close down. I can't make can't make my shop rent, or I can't pay my vendors or whatever. And then somewhere, somehow, by the end of the month, a flush of cash comes in. You're like, fuck. And you get saved. Like, that's happened to me. I've been in business a little over 3 years now. And there's been times where I'm like, fuck, man, I might not be able to survive. Because, like, when I first started, I was giving out a lot of money to fighters. And now I give out a lot of products. I don't give out a whole lot of money, but I think the first year I was in business, I gave out over $60,000-$70,000, and I only brought in like $250,000. Yeah, and then like the second year, I probably gave well over $250,000 to promotions plus fighters. Like I would give fighters $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, promotions $4,000 and $5,000, all with the intentions of them saying, "Yeah, we'll get you wholesale accounts because that's what you want." You know what I mean?
Right.
Not a motherfucking one of them, boy. So there's a couple of fighters that I still will send packages to every single month or whenever they ask me, you know, that are loyal friends and like actual friends. They reach out to me. But a majority of the ones that I've actually sponsored or helped out, if I'm not giving them something, they don't give a fuck. I've seen them at fights, don't acknowledge me. Comment on their pictures, don't acknowledge me. But if they want something, boy, they know who to call.
Right. Yeah. We represent then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I kind of stepped away from the business now. Like I'm letting my wife and one of my dear friends run it because I've gotten myself into a hole to where I'm the nice guy. I'm the dude that says yes. And if I say no, I'm afraid they're going to start bad-mouthing my company.
Right.
And they do that, it's going to cost them their fucking life. So I'll just back off and let somebody else take the blame and hope it don't go that route. So anybody listening, if you feel shunned by me, you can motherfuck me, but don't talk about my business because I will come after you and your kids. 100%, because that's what you're doing to me. That's how I feed my family.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
If I was out there motherfucking Avengel Cycle Works, I bet you would be coming to my door, being like, "Hey, motherfucker."
Oh. I'll be knocking on that door. Hey, how you doing?
So yeah, I
remember me.
So I took a break because once you start feeling taken advantage of, it's time to start kind of rolling back a little bit. So I'm focusing more on the gym, focusing on the people close to me. You know what I mean? I got a couple of fighters locally in the area that are really close to me. I want to focus on them, make sure they're doing well, make sure their careers are where they need to be at.
Well, see, and music is even worse.
Oh, I can imagine.
I mean, because it's just like, man, I swear to God, dude. I remember back in the day when I was in my 20s and I was doing a lot of touring and stuff like that. Dude, there was knives. I mean, just like when you walked through the door, you know there was a knife that was going to be stuck in your fucking back. You know what I mean? I mean, for reals. I mean, and it's even worse now because now, at least then, you actually, you know, it wasn't like the internet, you know, because you could actually sell your music at the time. You know, now it's like you have to almost give it away. Am I correct?
Yeah, everything's streaming.
Yeah.
So why buy it?
Right.
I don't buy music.
Because Lars Ark's thing was the big thing. What was that? What was that fucking guy? Napster. People like going, oh, whatever, ain't no big fucking deal. Now you got all kinds of fucking sites you can go on.
LimeWire was the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You could do porn and all kinds of shit on LimeWire.
Yep.
Remember all those viruses?
Fuck yeah, I ruined so many computers. That's how I got the Pamela Anderson porno was on LimeWire.
Nice.
Why did somebody get my fucking email? Why did somebody change my password? Oh, that's right, I'm on the porn site.
Couldn't get back into MySpace after that.
My kids
I
did
can't
that
remember
shit.
my old MySpace password.
Me neither. I've seen it a couple times. I'm like, man, I wish I could get back on this fucker.
It doesn't matter. None of the shit works. Like you go on. Like I have mine. I don't know how I remembered mine. I think I just logged in through Facebook and it went to MySpace because I have like old music on there that I tried to grab, but nothing works. So I log in, but nothing. Like it's all there, but if I try to like click on music that I made back then, it just errors.
Really?
Errors
Ah,
out,
that
yeah.
sucks.
Everything's
No
gone.
hosting.
Yeah. Well, didn't fucking Justin Timberlake buy it?
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
something else after that.
No, fuck you buy MySpace
He
and
bought
then,
MySpace and try and revamp it.
thought it was
and
gonna
then it
work
went
something.
down.
Wow,
Wow,
just
'cause I
create
remember-
something else.
I remember seeing commercials for it a couple years ago where they were like
Probably
trying to
because
get it
he
back
bought
up.
it, yeah.
That was probably what happened.
I've been trying to develop an app. Somebody's gonna do it, and I don't give a fuck. But called Media Social, instead of social media, and it's an app where you can only respond via voice or video. Can't text. So you have to actually interact. Because there's a lot of things like you can say something through text. They'd be like, oh, that guy's fucking stupid. But you really meant something like very, very smart and you didn't articulate it right through text. I do that shit all the time. Like I don't voice, kind of like Trump.
That's one of my favorite things.
Well, I don't like it because I don't like motherfuckers call me stupid. I will beat your fucking brains in you call me stupid. Because that's the one thing I hate. Like I've always been called stupid. And I'm one of the most successful people that I've out of my circle. So I'll be goddamn anybody calls me stupid. And I say a lot of ignorant, stupid things. But if I said it with voice and I could explain it, it'd be different. So I thought maybe this concept would bring more people in. Because like everybody thinks they got a fucking voice. So if you voice it out there in your voice and you still sound stupid, you can hear yourself. You can't read your text because you're going to read it how you think you sound. Until you hear yourself sound so fucking stupid. Because my friends do that shit to me now because they know I won't back down from what I say. So they record my fucking ass. Well, I'm like, no, I didn't say that like that. Listen. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. So I want to, because like I hate social media right now. Do you fuck around on social media very much other than like, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Like I'm addicted to it.
I do Facebook. I dabble on that, and then I very rarely go on to like Instagram. But other than that, I'd rather just like.
I'm fucking addicted to it.
I love Titstagram.
Well, the same thing. Like when you like send text, or even like you're texting like friends, or texting like your girlfriend or whoever. Like you send a text, but you don't put a comma or a period in the right place, or for whatever reason, like the caps lock was on. It's fucking.
Why are you fucking yelling, bitch? I ain't yelling. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm just laying here. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh no shit!
Why are you accusing me? I'm not. I asked you a question, bitch. Like.
Dude, my girl is so adamant about that. I need to like end my like when I text her something like hey like I sent her a text. It was about a week ago. Said okay, I love you too, and I didn't send like the little emoji with the little heart eyeballs.
So you didn't mean
or
it.
something.
Yeah, he didn't mean it. You're just talking.
Oh
shit.
well, what the hell? And I'm like, I was trying to figure out why is she so fucking pissed off. I didn't send an emoji.
I didn't get a
what
heart.
the hell? But people, we actually had a show where people take a lot of things out of context, because and then yes, I actually agree, because if you actually say it, and things are different. If me and Dan are sitting there like blah blah blah, we're going back. Danny, fuck off, dude. Yeah. He knows, because I've got humor in my voice. I'm laughing. We're just right here. It's just whatever. But if you do that and you on social media, all of a sudden be like, what? Then people get all fucking, bent out of shape and what have you, And next thing you know, you got people going, well, fuck you, Zig, or fuck you, Danny. Oh, Brandon, you're an asshole. And it escalates from there. I've seen some retorts from you.
Oh yeah,
this fucking guy is like too funny, dude.
Well, so one of my really dear,
like, I'll come down your fucking throat, you bastard.
No filter.
No filter. I don't give a shit. Well, one of my close friends, he commented or he made a post today. He said, "Stop doing heroin, people," and I just commented and I said, "You can't stop it if it's a disease or something." And I hope you never catch junkie and all this other shit, right? Being sarcastic because I think that's a bullshit excuse. And then this dude goes in on this fucking long tirade. He was very nice about it, though. He's very cordial. He wasn't disrespectful in any way. But so he gives you this big, long rhetoric of why it's not a disease. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, I know. Like, you can't. So my buddy knows.
Sarcasm is a disease.
Yeah. My buddy that posted it, he knows how I am. So immediately he's like, it's sarcasm. Don't worry about it. And then I wrote back like, it's all good. Like I know it's not a disease, blah 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 blah. But then we get into the whole thing, and people think that I'm really harsh on how to control this epidemic that's going on. And I don't see any other way around it.
Well, you actually had a show, and it's one of the ones that I remember when you had Life of Lambo.
Life according to Lambo. Yeah.
And it's like, and you're like going, dude. It's not a disease. A disease is something you fuck some broad and then now you're pissing fucking pus. That's a disease.
Yeah, or if you're born with something,
If you're sitting there shooting up, that's an addiction.
That's a choice.
Yes,
Actually,
that is something that you do. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You don't have to
Yeah.
fuck some hooker.
Well, this
You,
is
you
what,
could like check your shit out beforehand.
this is what
That's a choice too.
Here, piss in this cup.
I've never met anybody that's been successful off of heroin. I never seen somebody be like, you know what, I got on heroin. It was the best thing I ever did. I'm looking better than ever. My face is full, and I got a job and all kinds of money. I've never seen that. I've seen good-looking people go through like they've been chased by weed eaters through a forest. They got fucking pick scabs and shit from the meth. So why you would want to do that? Like, I could understand wanting to get fucked up because I want to get fucked up too. Like, I have to tell you my DMT story. It's amazing. Wow. But you know, like I like to get high or escape and stuff too. But I'm not going to fucking rot my body. You've got this shit called like crocodile in like some other countries. It's like gasoline and shit, and they're injecting it into their veins, and it's eating their bodies.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to do shit like that?
Right? Actually, my boy Chuck, just don't masturbate. What the hell? Your dick gets lazy.
That's true.
It's fucking.
Those are all the viewers.
Yeah. Actually, and you know what? I do get some comments. So if you want to call in, it is 909-323-2626. Because I don't know what it is. We get all of a sudden like the end of last show. But JJ, remember, like we weren't getting any like comments in it, and like you seen people, there's a ton of people sitting there. All these are all people that are like tuned in, and you're like, and you can, but only a couple comments go through. It's like really weird.
Yeah. Well, YouTube will show all the comments. Facebook limits it to who's your friends. Like if it's
And you don't have any friends.
If it's your watch party and somebody comments that isn't my friend, then I won't be able to see it.
That's what he's saying. Let's see.
But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but
Shit, I hit a fucking brick
sarcasm,
wall,
not
dude.
heroin.
Hit a brick wall.
The needle.
So what do you think about all this snowflake shit going on where everybody's getting offended by dumb shit? They're calling Chris Pratt a racist, the don't tread on me bullshit, the Kaepernick bullshit. What's your take on all that?
Oh, don't get him started.
I want to get him started.
I think Kaepernick's a fucking asshole, but that's that is my personal fucking opinion. But
I think Nike is assholes.
I think Nike's even worse.
Well,
But speaking of Nike, okay, so it literally cost them like less than $10 for a pair of shoes to manufacture. Okay, now let's go ahead and add in the advertising. Let's add in
which is ridiculous because they're giving people hundreds of millions of dollars to wear their fucking shoes.
right, and then you got
Fucking
the shipping them all over the place, right? What have you? But it's a worldwide industry, and it's Nike. I mean, when the guy first started out, he was selling that shit out of his back of his trunk. But all in all, when it all comes down to the actual cost of what it takes to make the shoe, send it to Danny's Shoe Emporium, and by the
Coming
time
soon.
Danny pays for it and what have you, it's really only like about maybe $20, but you have to pay $150 for a pair of shoes.
Well, because
Not at Danny Shoe Emporium.
Because now you got
75.
fucking,
That's right.
you got him who's a fucking I don't know what do you do really really well?
Graphic design.
Okay, very good. So now this guy's a graphic designer and he wears Nikes and he's like the best in the world. He does shit for the fucking sheiks and shit and what have you. Okay, well we're gonna pay this guy, $100,000 a year to walk around his office.
And draw Nike symbols all the
Right?
same way.
Yeah, it's like fucking
Walk on the
ridiculous.
walls.
the reason
And it's. I think it all pretty much was started with what's his fucking basketball face, Jordan, and that just escalated from there.
Yeah, because then it was just like that made it like a item where all of a sudden everybody wants one, so they shot the prices up. It was like $150 for Air Jordans or something.
I've never owned a pair of Nike, ever.
I have some, just like cheap old tennis shoes.
I wear Vans, and the thing is, now Vans Dude, the old school. These are. You know how old these vans? They haven't changed. I wore the old school slip-on fucking black goddamn Vans, and I have a pair of checkered fucking Vans. They're $60. They've been around since goddamn 1975 when I first started fucking buying them.
But they also cost $3 to make.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, same thing with Converse. When I was buying Converse back in like high school or whatever, or when my parents were buying Converse from me in high school, $19.
Yep.
$19.99. That's what they were at the whatever shoe factory or whatever the fuck. Now you go buy the same type of Converse, $59.99.
I'm gonna be honest though. I bought a pair of Nikes just to piss off all the people that are anti-Nike, and then I wore them to In-N-Out to piss off all the people that were protesting them.
Blame the tariffs.
And you just fucking helped the whole fucking thing.
No one gave a shit.
It's all your fault.
Yep.
Look what you did.
Like, look at this guy with
I don't
fucking
give a
like
shit about
shirt
people
and his
complaining.
Nikes.
See, I used to,
Either side.
I used to want to stoke the fire until I got really pissed off about it. Because, like, if I get approached by, like, protesters, I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, you need to voice your opinion in my face. No, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. Because if you want to come and bring your opinions and shout them out to every goddamn body, I'm going to give you one chance to shut the fuck up because I ain't trying to hear it today.
Yeah, they can suck it.
And you start running your fucking mouth, freedom of speech or not, I'm going to blast you in your mouth.
Right?
If you block a road and I'm trying to get somewhere, I will go to jail for attempted manslaughter because I will run your dumb motherfucking ass over.
Right?
100%.
Actually, they don't do manslaughter. That guy that did that, he got charged with murder. Life plus 463 years is what they gave him.
I'll face it.
I was like, fuck.
So,
Because there's no way that you can get convicted. Like, you stand in the middle of a fucking roadway. That's like going hunting, going out in the middle of a fucking field, opening season, and getting shot, and then somebody getting convicted of murder. Like, I'm going to go out in a fucking deer suit and get shot, and then they convict that dude of murder. That'd be fucking stupid. But, honestly, I wouldn't put it past him because our country is fucking retarded.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love America, I just do not like the people in it. If that makes any sense.
I
Makes
agree.
total sense.
Like,
That's why on the last day of June, it was Sunday. June 30th, right? 31st, 30th, whatever. I went to Big Five, 2,000 rounds of ammo. Because as of July 1st, you have to do a background check. And you're and limited to how many rounds you can buy. So I walked inside there, I had to do it the last fucking day. I'm just like going, I'm just gonna be an asshole. So the guy had the fucking the cans. I'm like going 5.56, 9, 38, 45 ACP. Yeah, put those right there.
Hell yeah.
And give me some of those fucking hollow points. And this is for when the shit hits a fan. But give me some of those hollow points and shit like that for when someone comes into my home.
We'll get you a reloader and just start stockpiling. I got so much ammo stockpiled in Washington I got to go pick up. I left it at my in-laws when we left Washington to go to Indiana when I moved. I want to transport it all. They'd take my guns, but they wouldn't take my ammo. So I had all my guns in Indiana and all my ammo in Washington.
There you go.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. So I got 60,000 rounds over there.
I've got one of those beds.
Used by pallets at gun shows.
My bed has got it's where it's like elevated off the ground, so underneath the bed it's just a blank space. I think it's just all full of ammo. So
Get one of those Murphy beds.
now what's supporting my mattress is all ammo.
A buddy of mine's
Be all bad if one round goes off, dude.
Yeah, no good.
He put his ammo collection underneath his bed and his floor broke.
Damn.
Mine just slab floor, so I'm good.
Yeah, he had a
But
basement.
yeah, that's actually the best way to make consistently good, accurate ammo too, is by doing your own rounds. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
See,
for
I
like
thought about that.
sniper grade stuff.
It's not very expensive. It's just you got to have a lot of space if you're doing a lot of different types of ammunition.
I actually know someone who makes their own ammo back east. I'm like,
You can buy
what the fuck do they do?
you can buy the
their grandfather
gunpowder,
does it.
blah blah. It's easy as fuck. And then what they've done now is put all these restrictions on people that don't want to make they'd rather just go to the store and buy a Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They don't want to make Coke.
Soda stream.
They just want to go in and it's very simple. They walk into the store, they put the Coke on the fucking counter and they pay it. Right? So the same thing when it comes to ammo. It's actually very cheap to make ammo.
Oh, yeah.
Very cheap.
That's kind of
say you pay 25 cents per round on a reload. you could actually do it for probably like about 15 cents per round. I mean, if you were going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I mean?
You just got to put in the initial investment of all the
And the
equipment
bulk.
and stuff you need. Yeah, and the space.
I mean, that was my biggest problem with doing what I was doing. Like, I was just gonna buy some pre-made shit. You know what I mean? From the cartridges and shit, because it was cheaper. But I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to have control of it. You know what I mean? So, I think if I was getting into any more ammo or anything, I'd have to get me a reload system. I had to build me a little man cave and put my reload system in there.
Yeah.
You need a TV for that?
I do need a TV for that. Fuck yeah, I do. I need a TV for everything.
So you brought your guitar in.
Yeah.
Yes. So you've been in the studio.
Yep.
And recording some new shit. Danny Attack.
Mm-hmm.
Can we hear some?
Yeah. Do you want to do like after a break so we can get set up, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a piss. So we don't take breaks. Not on my show. We stopped doing
couple
that.
commercials
We
every now
stopped
and
doing. Dude, when it comes to my show, I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm just.
All right.
If Bernard says, you know what, dude, Zig, you don't have to do a fucking break. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
But I do
Fuck the
have
sponsors.
I do have to. I do have to mention that my sponsors, which is SoCal Motorcycle Training, and you can go on to if you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, or if you want advanced training. There's 3 levels of advanced training. It's scmt411.com, and they have sites in San Bernardino and Palm Springs. And again, they have all the advanced level training. If you're out in the Santa Barbara, Ventura, Simi Valley area, it would be learntoridevc.com, and then get yourself signed up. And I'm actually an instructor for both sites. And if you're down in the Corona area, Corona would be Menifee, what's the lake? Lake Elsinore. You know, there is Ride Right, which is at riderite.net, and that's riderite.net. And I teach for that site too. So get yourself signed up, and I could be your instructor. And we do have all the advanced trainings on that. But I'm going to take a leak. We'll let Danny get ready, get set up. But so while we're doing that, because Brandon's always really good on the air because he already had the Life of Lambo. I did have a question for you. So how did it just become? Because now you got your studio, right? You're in Riverside, which is called again
The House MMA.
Okay, very good. And now you've also got other products. It's not just the CBD oil. There's other products.
Yeah.
So if you
Actually,
want to,
I brought you a couple things different, actually. So I brought you some of the CBD oil and some of the lotion. So we have a lotion. So we have a 1,200 milligram. Everything that we have is 1,200 milligrams or more. You'll never find anything under 1,200 milligrams, except for our vape cartridges, which I should have brought you and I didn't. Those are 500 milligrams of CBD for the vape cartridges. But so I brought you some tincture. That's a sublingual tincture. It's not an oral tincture. What that means is you put it underneath your tongue. It goes in sublingually through the vessels inside of the blood vessels inside of your tongue. Underneath your tongue, goes into the capillaries, goes into your system a lot faster. You don't have to worry about digestion. The lotion is a subdermal. It goes underneath the skin, or it goes in through the skin. So it's a topical lotion. You put it on top of any kind of pain areas. It's good for site pain. CBD tinctures are good for pain overall, and it'll help regenerate any kind of degeneration that you have, any kind of inflammation. It helps push it out, bring in new blood, things like that.
which is really good for the fighters. This is what the
Oh yeah,
a lot
I
of
mean
the
that's
fighters
my
use.
bread and butter. I mean, that was the whole premise behind the CBD, was promoting it for the fighters, because I have what they call an active brain aneurysm. So I passed out 4 or 5 years ago at my gym in Washington, and found out I had a leak in my brain. So I was prescribed cannabis. So I was smoking, blah 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 blah. Found out that it wasn't the THC that was helping me; it was the CBD. So went to Colorado actually, and found a farm and a lab, and sat down, and I developed this formulation for myself, and it helped me get all my cognitive functions back, as far as like my speech, a lot of my memory, my balance, and it was stopping a lot of my my seizures. I had a lot of atonic and grand mal seizures. So my atonic seizures, I would just kind of zone out, pass out. My grand mal seizures, I would tighten up, get real stiff. It would affect my muscular system. So CBD has helped stop a lot of that. It's also helped regenerate parts of my brain that were dead. So when they did scans, there was inactive spots inside of my brain. So like that's where my memory, I didn't have an appetite. I was 122 pounds, 118 pounds damn near from 230. So my appetite was gone. It's helped regenerate portions of my brain to help those cognitive functions regain activity. So I started giving it to a lot of different fighter friends. They're like, hey man, I want to try this, want to try that, and then they came back with the positive results. And it's like, hey man, I have to have this stuff. So I kind of started Terphouse out of spite. I wanted to put Alpine Vapor out of business. They were my supplier for my delivery business, and they weren't delivering and fast enough, and they basically fucked me on an order. So I wanted to put them out of business. So I started the vape company, and then as I started getting into CBD, I'm like, well, I'm going to bring in CBD. The partners that I had at the time didn't kind of see that route and boned out. They're like, well, you can just do whatever you want to.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're going to run this, you're going to run this into the ground. It's whatever. Because I was paying fighters and shit, So they kind of took off, and CBD people were loving it.
Yeah. That's like the first drummer of the Beatles quitting because he didn't think they had a future.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and then, like a year later, then, they started calling me like, hey, man, we want to get back involved. Because at that point, like I had invested every dime that went into it, and I had built everything. Like everything was my idea.
Yeah, and they bailed during the tough time.
Yeah. Like, shit. I mean, I was working 18, 19 fucking hours, you know what I mean? And I'm thankful because I had a lot of things that a lot of people didn't have. As far as I had an income from another business. I had built another business 10 years prior that was paying my bills.
Nice.
and allowed me to build this as a hobby. Like for the first year, I didn't take any money out. I was reinvesting everything. I mean, I didn't make fucking dick the first year. And then it just kind of grew up because of the proof of the product. Like people were feeling better in training. They were recovering faster from their injuries. They were noticing that they weren't as injured as they were before. They were getting through training better. So just through word of mouth, I've grown exponentially. But I haven't hit that hump yet, or I haven't went over that hump yet because I'm not a big ass company. It was just me. Everybody thinks I got this big ass fucking crew of people. It was just me. So I don't have the money to do the things that I need to do to get where I need to be. Like I was in the UFC first, I was in Bellator first, but they wouldn't let me in because CBD wasn't cool. By the time it became cool, there were so many fucking companies with big ass pockets, I got pushed to the wayside. Anheuser-Busch owns a CBD company that is partnered with the UFC now. If you go to the UFC Performance Institute, you'll find my CBD lotion and tinctures all over the fucking place because half the roster uses it. Bellator, I've supplied half the roster for Bellator and their back office with my CBD. They wouldn't allow me on there because I had THC products. I changed it. They still wouldn't let me on there. And then they partnered with another big-ass company called CBDMD. So, like, that kind of broke me a little bit, too, you know what I mean? Because, like, I put my all into something. It's like if you played shows for free, which I know you have, and you get, you're on the door to the, I don't know where you want to play at, some big ass fucking concert venue with Metallica or some shit, whoever your favorite band is, and you're right there looking at them, and somebody else walks right from behind you and just steps up on stage with them rocking out. It's gonna fucking hurt your pride a little bit, you know what I mean? And you're gonna get sour. And that's exactly what happened to me because I was nobody walking up to these motherfuckers like, hey, this is what needs to happen. I want you to take my CBD and I want you to do this research because I'm telling you, it works. Wouldn't even take it. Like, I wasn't asking them to promote me or to buy in, or I wasn't asking them for nothing. Take my CBD oil and do some clinical trials and report it back to me. That's all I want you to do. I want to help save lives. Wouldn't even fucking talk to me. And then they go right on, and whoever has the biggest pockets, boy, I'll take that. That's cool.
And you're mentioning the because you were taking because of your brain aneurysm, right?
Yep.
Now my oldest son deals with He's not. He doesn't have seizures all the time, but he does have them. But because he has to drive a car, and because he has to work, the state says you have to, and obviously the DMV says you have to take a medication, to prevent this in order to keep your license.
Prescribed medication.
Prescribed medication, yes. Big pharma. And the employer says you have to take medication, which is big pharma, right? So we need to see this label on there. But the thing is, all the side effects. You got, okay, well, what does this one do? Oh, well, it's gonna take care of your seizures, but it's gonna shrink your fucking liver. It might, cause you to have a hole in your colon. It might create depression. All this bullshit.
I don't know
right?
how many medications suicidal thoughts may occur by taking this medication.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all that shit.
Sign me up.
You have the commercial, and like the commercial, they talk about the good stuff for about maybe 1/4 of it, and all the rest is all the fucking side effects.
Yeah, and they got to talk fast as fuck too, like auctioneers.
Yeah. But the thing is now the CBD, and actually my son's employer is actually starting to recognize
A lot of people are.
CBD. And he works for a big employer. I can't say it, but and he wants to start.
What's it rhyme with?
He wants to start taking CBD because he.
Well, there's no THC inside of that, so even if they do test him, they won't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This right here that I requested it's not. It's for my wellness. It's for health. It does a lot of
psychoactive effect.
Yeah, yeah. Because if I wanted a psychoactive effect, I just take a bong hit.
Right.
There you go.
Well, see, I actually, because I take offense to people that call CBD weed. I thought he was a good friend of mine, acquaintance that I've known for a long time.
Go ahead and grab your guitar and you get yourself ready, because what we're going to do, hang on.
Yeah, no, you're good.
What we'll do is we're going to have, we'll use the mic for this guitar. Yeah. It's going to pick it up. We don't need a mic, actually, your guitar. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I had a guy put it out. Said he put a post up yesterday that said CBD is just diet weed.
Diet weed.
And I commented on it, and I was very nice about it. And I was like, hey, as a friend, I'm asking you not to put a stigma on CBD when people actually use it as a medication, because it's not diet weed. Weed is marijuana. It's not. That's not what hemp is. And he was instead of being like, well, I'm going to keep it up because, it's what I believe, and I'm sorry that I offended you, blah, 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 which I could have accepted. He wanted to make fun of it, like, oh, I really baited you in on this one, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It was just super disrespectful. So I educated him on the situation. I unfriended him. I don't play around with the CBD thing, because CBD has changed my life, and I have lists of people that have emailed me and messaged me telling me that how I've changed their life, and that means a lot to me.
Well, and it's amazing. Like, we're back to Big Pharma, how Big Pharma's got, because they got tons and tons of cash, right? So they're in all the politicians' pockets, and all these medications that my son is supposed to take. He has to show that he has this prescription. Now, whether he takes it or not is a whole other thing, but he has to.
Yeah. He has to pay for it. He has to show record of it.
Right, exactly. And then and it's just bullshit.
It's a money grab.
Yeah, it's just really, really bullshit when there's something that's a lot more cleaner, a lot more effective. I have a buddy of mine that has a pit, and it's just getting older, but he has these like little episodes, right? And he gives him CBD. Oh, dude, instantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it works.
Instantly, just the dog's like calm, and he's like stuck on stupid again. You know what I mean? Wagging his tail.
Oh, yeah. Mammals have endocannabinoid system. All mammals have endocannabinoid systems, just like because humans are mammals. Dogs have them, pigs have them, bears have them. Every mammal has an endocannabinoid system. We are made to use cannabis.
Right.
Period.
Truth.
So you take a fat bong hit before you record?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You smoke at all?
No.
No?
I have asthma.
Oh, okay.
He likes to be up. He's not a downer.
Hey, before
Danny likes to be around, see what's going on.
I used to be able to do that, you know. Now I can't. I mean, I have insomnia, so I have I have my prescription, or not my card, right? And so I take a bong hit, boom, I can sleep. I'm good to go. Actually, you used to have the pens.
I still have the pens.
Dude, I fucking love those things. Those are the best.
Yeah, these are the ones now. This is the one now with the nanotechnology that I was telling you. You feel it immediately. Just.
I slept like a baby. It's when we had the studio on the side. You had your show. Yeah, and then you'd be like, you left me a little pin in there. I'm like going, fuck, man. I did that thing I was like, oh my God, best sleep of my life.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Put
the
you
best sleep of
down.
my life.
I love cannabis. Cannabis is the best plant in the world.
Right?
Girls love roses. I love cannabis.
And it fights all the bad shit. So anyways,
Well, hold on a second. We need to troubleshoot. The Mevo went down on us, and I reset it. And according to this, it's live, but I can't find it on Facebook to reshare it.
I wish somebody was going down on us.
I didn't even pay attention on. Yeah. All right. So let me.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Somebody's going down on us.
Yeah, it's all.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
So do we have to reach?
Oh yeah. See,
So we are live again.
we got people coming. Hey, it's down. Blah blah blah. So
So
here
we
we
have to
go.
reshare it.
We're
or
back
is
on it.
Is it still on?
Yeah, I'm sharing it right now.
Okay, I started it. There we go. All right.
That's on what? On Facebook. I don't see it.
All right. So we are back up on the mute. That's why go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. YouTube never fails us. It's always on. It never fucks up.
Oh, about that? No, I'm just kidding.
And it gets all. I think it has the best sound too. I'm just saying. But let me do this, and then I'll just make a comment out there and say, hey, the Mevo's back up, and Danny's getting ready to kick some ass.
If y'all want to shift over one seat, so he has one mic for the guitar and one for his vocals, that's cool too.
And I think it'll.
I'm good for that. I can move out of the
I think
way.
it'll capture.
Just tell me to move.
Wait, I can just do this too.
I need all the mics, guys. Just give me all the mics.
Mic session. I've heard this before. He sold this from somebody. I know it.
All of them.
7 days away.
Carlos Mencia music.
Dude, that's Carlos Mencia.
He would steal stuff from like Bill Cosby.
He's still shipping everybody. He don't give a fuck.
See, that's why people don't like musicians like you, because you steal everything.
That way you know it's good.
That's right.
All right, very good. All right, so there we go. It's hard for me when because it's weird how the Facebook thing and you start typing and they're like really big letters, and as soon as it shrinks, I can't see. And it's like texting. I try and text. Everything's really fucking small.
You can
And
make your screen bigger. Go to your settings.
no, it's no on your phone.
Yeah.
No, my phone doesn't get any bigger.
It does. I swear to God, it does.
It's just
You can make everything bigger. It zooms it in.
well, that's what she said. All she had to do was get closer.
Right. But get 6 inches.
Oh
just
my
measure it
God,
twice.
you're huge.
Make 6 inches. Just measure it twice.
Yeah.
All right, Danny. So this is something you've been recording.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's one of the tracks I'm recording.
All right, very good. What's it called?
I'm gonna do Southern Comfort.
I'm gonna guess where that came from. And now, is this like one of those long nights, or is it just
No,
like
you know what?
a Southern Comfort girl because you were down in the South?
No, it's
Down south, down in the south.
Right? I mean, we were all going to the same spot, right? South of the border.
it's just it's just more of a term. of it's not like a sexual term or anything like that. It's just the song, like any other song I have, is they're all relationship songs, but they're all the wordplay on them is different. So when I say different things, it means other stuff. So there's a lot of wordplay on it. I mean, you've heard some of my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
I'm not with you.
Oh, he had those 2 shots. He's like, I took this something. Did 2 shots. Really, I'm good to go. Speaking of shots, just want to let you know before you go to the canyon, bring a couple $100 with you.
Never mind. I'm out.
I just want to let you know.
What's going on with the canyon?
Two shots. 2 shots. 1 beer for me. 1 beer for Lena. $35.
Fuck.
Right?
What's the other
I mean,
165 for? The
go to
hooker in the
Vegas
back?
pub, and that's
And then of course I always tip the bartender. I just leave $1 on the table and whatever. But it's like shit. $35 for 2 shots and 2 beers. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So let's go to south of the border.
New name. The working title.
Where the beer is cheap and the tequila is cheap.
That's not like clipping anything.
No, you're good.
Good. All right. I actually have 2 versions of this. The one I'm recording is a slow one. So you guys want a faster version or a slow version?
Slow.
Whatever you
What's
want to
your
play.
name?
Yeah, the slower version. Yeah, let's keep it more personal.
All right. Here we go. Tell me why I took a second chance instead of being all alone. How you fell into an empty hand that's not my own. Are you sorry? You're not sorry. I fell into a pastime fear of dying on my own. A southern kind of comfort that proves I'm always wrong. Are you sorry? But goddamn, I'm not sorry. Well, I don't feel like it's enough. I can't stop shaking now, 'cause I'm breaking down. I guess I'm giving up. Tell me everything is made up here, where flowers rarely grow. How you promised every moment that you never wanna go. I'm so sorry. Well, goddamn, you're not sorry. I can't say that your song is over. Well, I'm writing like I meant it. I'm dying every second, won't stop drinking till it's looking like I loved you every moment. Well, I don't feel like it's enough. Well, I can't stop shaking now, 'cause I'm breaking down. I guess this is just giving up. Shaking now, 'cause I'm checking out. This is me fucking giving up. Well, I'm sitting here in apathy, a place we called our own, feeling like I always knew I'd end up all alone. Well, if crying is a fashion, then I guess I'm made of stone, 'cause I kinda always knew that you were nothing but a...
Oh.
Nice.
Southern Comfort.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
good.
A. There you go.
Can you record that and send that to me?
Oh, well, I'm recording it. I'm recording it now, so it's it'll be on the new EP that I'm doing. that version of it. But I'm gonna have like drums, bass, and shit on it. So like be like a slow.
Do you have like an actual acoustic album?
I do actually. Well, I had that first one, the Whispers in Reverse, but the second one I did, the full length, is on Spotify under Danny Attack. It's 11 tracks, all acoustic.
What was that? Was it Gold Digger?
Gold Liar.
Gold Liar. Have you recorded that anywhere yet?
It's actually on that album.
All right.
Yeah, so it's finally on that one.
Yeah, you guys have to go fucking get this. Like how Danny hasn't been fucking signed yet, because he has like. I have a weird taste in music. Like I don't like mainstream music. Like I like underground stuff. Like I like if I listen to hip hop, it's like 3 fucking people and that's it. Or like country. What type of would you say that like you're an indie rock?
I don't know. It's different. Like
because you have like a folk blues.
Yeah, it just depends on the person. Because I mean, people are categorizing stuff like so much these days. A lot of people like will file me under like folk punk.
Yeah,
because some of my stuff is like. I mean, I grew up on punk rock, anyways.
Yeah.
But the being acoustic and some of the chords I use and how it's played, it's a little folky. But I don't think I can do folk justice. For me to call it that.
Because you do sound like you're singing a punk rock song. But behind a folk,
right? And people are like, those should be punk rock songs, or people tell me that all the time, which is why I started. I tried to make a band of it before. But yeah, I don't know. It's just acoustic music.
Well, it's crazy because like there's the reason that I like certain types of music. Like if there's an artist that I can relate to, like because that's your job as an artist is to be able to relate to people. If you're not relating to somebody, then you're not doing your job. And it's very, very few artists that I can sit down and be like, "Fuck, dude, I feel that song." I've never heard that song that Danny just did, and I don't like listening to people sing live. I had chills and goosebumps in that song because everything that he was saying you can relate to.
Exactly.
And he didn't say it in a way where it was like metaphorically all fucked up to where like, well, what is he actually saying? Like,
that's actually one of the songs I don't do that on. So that one's kind of straightforward. You kind of get the point. You can relate in all the different levels of it. But a lot of my other songs are dark in a way where different words mean different things, and you kind of like got to listen to it and like it's
a mystery.
Depend on the listener of what the song's going to mean. It can go either way. It can be like from their point of view or the other person's point of view. It just depends on the song.
Which is the beauty of music, because just like we were talking about, people take texts out of context. People get a different how they perceive how a song is. What did you perceive out of that?
What did I perceive? It was just a bad relationship.
Yeah, I mean, that one's.
I mean,
that's what I gathered.
Did you like go like, well, that reminds me of this bitch in like 12th grade.
It did.
See, there you go. Right? It's something. Shit.
Well, that's the beauty of. That's what I was saying. Like an artist's job is to be able to make a person be able to feel that. He can make people feel different things depending on their situation because of his artistic ability. And I'm not kissing his ass or sucking his dick because he's here, but I've always thought that Danny is a really talented musician. As far as like, I love his style, his genre of music. I love what he's brought and combined it. If you stuck just with that and said fuck all these other bands and focused on yourself, there's no way you're not getting signed by a major label. I'd buy every one of your fucking albums at full price.
You actually tried to buy my songs before.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Like you were good, bro. Like,
well,
he also like I never focus on it. Like it's always a side thing. It's always like a side hustle that I never give 100% to. I'm always like trying to do bands because that's what I listen to. I listen to bands. I don't listen to acoustic stuff. I do now, but didn't before. It's always just metal bands, punk bands, hardcore bands, whatever it is. I'm like, I want to be those bands on stage, fucking rocking out. This was just for myself to get out, and I started releasing stuff and would play shows if someone asked me to. Not if I wouldn't go out and search for shows, so it was never consistent. I never did anything about it until now, which is what I'm focusing on. I fucking bought that guitar, because if I'm gonna step up my game, I need to, the equipment for it.
You gotta invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Well, and like I can play metal, I can play punk. I keep myself, well-rounded, so this way I can go into any situation. That's what you've done. because we've had Manifestation, which they were already established band, but you're still adding your own thing to it. You had Black Guitar Eulogy, you had 7 Days Away, you had In Division, So at least those are the ones we've had on the air on the show. Not to say that whatever else you've done,
Right.
But keeping yourself well rounded, not just sticking to one genre and and going with it. Just, let me. I'm going to dabble in this. I'm going to dabble in this. Most of it that most people are familiar with is that it's more on the heavy side.
Right.
That's what and it's a shocker when you go into this. You open the store and you go through the store and then it's a completely something totally different, and it just totally people holy shit, and I think the appreciation comes out. People going, oh wow,
Yeah.
he's not just a punker, he's not just a metal guy, he's not just a whatever
Yeah, whatever it is.
Be the Black Guitar Eulogy. I can even when you guys were on the air. I remember we were trying to figure out what it was because we went and seen him at the
M13 or whatever it's called.
no
M13 or something.
Slide bar?
Santa Ana
Slide bar? Oh, no,
Malone's?
that's
Slide bar.
Malone's.
I thought it was
Okay.
Malone's. And then the band, and the bass player was flinging. He went to a
Is that when he broke his bass?
Yeah.
After that? Oh, shit.
Yeah, we were sitting
Yeah.
there in the front. We're sitting there, and I'm all fucked up, dude. And he swings his bass, and his bass just goes.
It went
boom!
flying.
Yep.
Almost took out the
Shit broke in
drums.
half.
But I
And
think even with
I'm wow, was that part of the show? This guy just keep on going.
Yep.
Show does not end. I'm like, that's showmanship right there. That's you didn't see that. Erase. None of you said that was part of the show.
Yeah, well, that's on him.
The show must go on.
Yeah, but
Oh
even
my
the
God.
acoustic stuff, like the way that he sings it and conveys it and everything, there's that heavy tonality to it. So I think there's still a lot more than just your coffee house type acoustic rock kind of bullshit that's out there today. It's that's good. I like
It's
this.
definitely kind of aggressive on the acoustic side. I play shows in Florida, even here. Here on August 2nd, I have a show that I'm opening, a whole rock metal night.
Where?
It's a whole showcase in Santa Ana, Malone's.
Malone's,
Yeah, so I'm
okay.
playing
August
there.
2nd.
August 2nd. It's a Friday.
Okay, so August 2nd at Malone's. It's in Santa Ana.
All ages. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know. It's probably like $10.
It's it's like
it's
a
the
10.
usual
It's
stuff.
Malone's. And Malone's is actually a really great place to play because
Good venue.
they have. We've talked about the place. It's got 2 stages. So while one band is setting up and the other band's playing, so that's not like it's this whole rush thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a
and
5 minutes.
it's
Kind of
consistent.
like a Warped Tour. How Warped Tour is doing it now, or was doing it with just different their main stages. One's going 5 minutes later, the other one's going. Just back and forth. But
Okay.
yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah,
but they're
and-
like that. Like there in Florida, I was opening shows, playing shows with metal bands or metal shows, just because it's the people that go. I mean, there's an appreciation for music on the East Coast, Midwest stuff like that. So when you play music, people listen to the music, not just because it's the scene or it's because it's cool to listen to. If you can play, people appreciate it.
Right. And another thing, so now, and I know we hate to do this, because, my personal thing is, even if I'm used to being the headlining band, but I encourage everybody to just go early. If the club opens at 7 p.m.,
you find the best people.
go and start getting your drink on and order some chicken wings or I don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean? But what time do you go on?
It's 7. I think it starts at 7. I think. I know I'm first.
Okay, so you're the
I have to
first
be
one.
first. There's no
Okay, so
reason why.
very good. And that's on a Friday, and that's at Malone's.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. You look what you get to start out with. You get to start out good. And a lot of people think that the whole thing is okay, I'm just going to support, my buddy's band.
Support local musicians.
You-
You go to their bands
Yeah.
and leave.
Yeah.
Me and the JJ, because we like you said, Lambo, it was you want to see and expand your horizons when it comes to music. You ain't gonna do that if you only go to see what you want to see.
Yep.
Go to the other band. Go early, and you might be like, holy shit, look at this band. Because we, we've had plenty of times where it was like the one where, what was the one with the hula hoop chick?
That was Old Blood.
Old Blood.
Yeah. But their singer left the band. They have a new singer now. So I don't know if
But
they
it
have
doesn't
dancers,
matter.
because she was the dancer hookup too.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But the whole thing is, like, if you go early, you get to see the other bands. You're like, going, holy shit. I don't know how many shows I've been to. And actually, I would say at least half the bands that have been on my show, I went to the venue early, and I'm like going, holy shit, this band kicks ass. I like this. And when we went to when Oba played, I forget who was playing that night, but they were all hanging out on the outside at Malone's. There's an outside area.
Yeah.
And me and Vijay went out there, and I'm like going, guys, that show was badass.
Yeah, Gig Boss grabbed us and took us out there, I remember.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about them.
Exactly.
Just like they blew it away. Their entrance was so fucking phenomenal. And they had everything. And it wasn't just the sound, not just like how they did the songs, but a complete visual experience and everything.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Old Blood?
No.
Oh my god. They got this chick with hula hoops.
Well, they have different dancers too in different shows.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, but the hula hoop thing was like really just like killed me because she was doing like she would like opera like 8 hula hoops at one time, like on the arms and the waist, and it was, but the venue was really dark, so they were all lit up, and then someone would be flashing, and it was like really trippy, and it added so much because the Old Blood was kind of like very moody, like kind of dark. And it was just, it added so much. I was so impressed.
Yeah,
but
so it was like sonically and visually.
Yeah,
pleasing,
exactly.
I know a professional hula hoop dancer. She does her own retreats and teaches people. So I can hook you up with her so you can learn to hula hoop again.
There you go.
But
You can do that while I'm playing.
It's like,
there you go. Yeah, good luck getting me do a hula hoop. I used to do them.
People do the same shit with MMA.
I have
though.
one.
People do the same shit with MMA. You go to a lot of MMA events. People don't show up until the last fucking fight or the main card.
Oh, you're going to miss all the good ones.
Oh, when I go, I'm there when they're setting the fucking ring up, and I'm there when they're taking it down. And people are like, yeah, man, like, how do you know so many, like, how do you know about this person or that? Because I've fucking watched them. Like, I don't go out on the weekends, bro. Like, I don't go out because I have kids. I go out because it's fight night. I don't answer my phone. I don't answer texts. If you call me on a Saturday, I motherfuck you until you stop. Like, people know, do not call Lambo at 3 o'clock on Saturday because it's fight day.
He's gonna beat.
Yeah, and then the headliner was the person that you weren't watching before.
Yeah. Well, the headliner's the dude. Yeah, it was.
You know
the dude
what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. So it's the same with everybody. Like, if you're gonna support local whatever, then go fucking support local whatever, and don't just go support your local whatever. Like, I support local musicians. Well, I go to Danny's. I go to Danny's
friends' local band.
Yeah, how many
other local bands?
How many local bands do you know? Well, I know my buddy Danny plays in a band. We go watch them. That's not supporting local musicians. Like, I know a lot of people like, I support local MMA. Oh yeah, how many shows you go to a year? Well, I could watch all the UFCs. Well, how many local motherfuckers are in the UFC, bub? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot now, but there's
Right,
fans everywhere.
And I noticed that when I was scrolling through your Facebook page to try to get a couple pictures, you had Tony Lopez.
Yeah, sponsor Tony.
Yeah, so do I. I work on his bike.
I sponsor Tony and I sponsor Joey, which is crazy. Joey Beltran, and they got like the fight in the boxing or the bare knuckle Hall of Fame. So yeah, Tony's a bad motherfucker. He's been around the block for a while. So what does Tony ride?
He rides an FZR 600, a 1992 or 1991.
Is it a cruiser or
no? It's a sport bike.
Oh really? I was gonna say I could see him on like a big old fucking cruiser, like a bagger or something.
No, he would.
He's a big dude.
Well,
man.
his wife wants a Harley, but he rides a sport bike, and he's huge on it. The guy's 6'7".
Yeah,
he's on this
gigantic.
FZR 600. But I just got them rebuilding the motor last year. But yeah, I've been sponsoring him for like a minute.
Yeah, he just fought up in Colorado. Fought a friend of mine, Dustin Jacoby.
Yeah,
he
he
fought
does
in
a
a
bare
tournament.
knuckle thing, dude.
He does everything, dude.
Ugh, man, I'm like,
I don't know how. So the UFC gives all these jack-offs, like a lot of, or even Bellator gives these jack-offs fucking all this fame and shit, and they're leaving veterans like Tony out in the dust. Like, Tony's good, dude. Tony's been the King of the Cage heavyweight champion for forever.
Right.
And fought but he doesn't get the opportunities to fight these bad motherfuckers while they're bad motherfuckers. He gets them on the way out and doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
Right.
You know, because, I mean, fuck, how many fights he got? Almost 100 now, probably? He's one of the most active, not like a Shannon Rich type of active, but he's I've watched him fight 5 times this year, probably. And it's only 7 months in.
Yeah, he's 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 in his early 40s, and he still fights like he's 22 years old.
Yeah, he's looking for a heavyweight fight for April and May, back a couple months ago, and not looking for April or May, looking for both fucking months. He don't give a fuck.
I had to show Danny this because we were
I
talking.
don't need it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
All right. But Tony's and he's really soft spoken.
Mm-hmm. Very good-hearted dude, man.
Yeah, he's.
But he will beat the dog shit out of you.
I would not want to piss him off, dude. And he breeds not Shar-Peis. What's that really big, huge dog?
Bullies?
Big, bull mastiffs.
Fuck. Well,
Yeah, he has a picture of. I'm trying to look for a picture of him with his dog, the one he breeds.
It looks
The dog's huge. Yeah, it's like the size of a horse. Really nice guy.
Yeah, I work with a lot of different athletes. I've worked with Dustin Poirier. Well, I still work with Dustin. I work with about 200, 300 athletes. I work with Mark Coleman. Mark Coleman is a dear friend of mine. Mark the Hammer Coleman. Out of Ohio, dear friend of mine. He takes my CBD. We talk almost on a daily basis.
And so now, tell me what the things that why fighters would not just the lotion, but why they would take the CBD oil.
Well, I mean, for inflammation, for one. I mean, even as a rider, you get inflammation in the lower part of your back and your hips or whatnot from being crouched down or whatnot. So it takes away the inflammation. It allows good blood cells and good oxygen to get into that to replenish it. It helps your endocannabinoid system generate the cannabinoids to help fight off any kind of foreign matter inside your body. So how CBD and THC works with cancer is a mobile disease. What it does is it immobilizes it and allows your body to produce the natural cannabinoids, red and white blood cells, to kill it and expel it out of your body. It does this with all foreign matter inside of your body. From the time that we're conceived from our parents, our body starts changing from its natural composition from all the exterior elements, all the worldly elements. So what CBD does is it tries to revert your body back to its natural chemistry. So anything foreign from it, it allows your body to trap it and expel it. A lot of the irons and toxins inside of our body is mobile, and our bodies can't fight it because it's not sitting in one place long enough to get grabbed onto by our, I don't know, I was going to call it the expulsion system, but I don't know what the fuck it's called. But so it just immobilizes the mobile shit inside your body.
Yeah, a lot of heavy metals and stuff.
This
like arsenic,
Tony
mercury.
gave me this belt.
That's dope.
Nice.
He gave me that belt and the gloves, and so what I did is I had
here. Oh,
Yeah.
I had this. I sent it to a place and they encased it in a airtight case, which wasn't cheap, but I had that encased inside. That's Tony.
You have that in
Lopez.
your shop?
No, it's at my house. No, I'm not going to have it at my shop. I've only got one gun at my shop. I got several guns at my house. If you want to try and fuck me for that, I just grab another gun. It's under protection. But yeah, great guy. And a great fighter. Does he do the CBD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever
I never
sponsor-
discussed that with
Whenever I sponsor the fighters, I mean that's how I sponsor them. Is I give them the products. I make sure that they get vapes, all the CBD, whatever they need. Him and Joey were burning it up before. I think Joey does a lot of stuff with El Gallo CBD products now out of San Diego County. Don't know much about them. I know that they do a lot of stuff with Cali Cage Wars, Joseph Phoebus, which I'm really close with, a dear friend of mine as well. So, I mean, if you're down in San Diego, I guess check out El Gallo or El Gallo. It's like the chicken or whatever. El Gallo, Gallo. Fuck, I don't know.
You know, it's so impressive that people finally just decided, like, hey, you know what? There's so many good elements in one plant. You know, it's like, okay, like broccoli gives you there's a lot of vitamins in broccoli. It's good for your colon because I have my colonoscopy. They said, eat
High
lots
in
of
fiber.
broccoli.
Very high in fiber.
So
Lots of protein.
I love. I
Calories, too.
I buy my fucking thing of ranch and blue cheese. I just dip my broccoli in and eat it raw. Good stuff. But
That's how I like to eat
the whole
sauce.
thing was, it was like when I'm 52. So back in the drug war days, like anything to do with marijuana was just the worst. Oh, you're going to be a heroin addict, and then you're going to be a cocaine addict, and you're going to be a junkie.
So it's heroin before cocaine?
And yeah, it's like, really? I mean, did I do all this other shit? Yes, I did. It wasn't because I smoked a joint and it led me to it. It's because I chose to do all the. Well, let me see how high I can get. That was my choice. I still smoke, so I can get some sleep. That's all I do. I have fucking beers. I have shots of tequila, and
How do you not fall asleep from beers and tequila? That's the question I got.
It has the opposite effect for me.
But I haven't drank even thinking of drinking
bombs.
makes me sick. I don't know what it is. So I can't drink anyway because it'll thin out my blood and I'll bleed. But I've went to Vegas and I've ordered drinks and I've tried to drink and the fucking taste of alcohol disgusts me now. And it's because I haven't had it. I feel like back in the day when I was a kid, when your neighbor would give you a beer and shit, and you'd sip on it oh, that's nasty, and then you'd kind of acquired a taste. That's kind of how I am now. I used to love, the fuck did I used to love? Captain Cokes.
You kept giving me yours in Vegas last time. Jesus Christ.
I drink Captain Cokes like a motherfucker because they taste like vanilla Cokes to me. Make me fucking nauseous. So me and him and another buddy went to Vegas a couple months back or whatnot, and I ordered one, and I'd order it, I'd take 2 or 3 sips, and then I'd be like, I don't want this, and I give it to him.
Oh my God.
See, now I've got a great idea. Next time I go to Vegas, I'm going to invite Brandon.
Hey,
And then, let's go to the bar. Order some Captain and Coke. Thank you.
I got some stories, but I can't tell them on air,
Yeah.
This guy.
You better not kill you.
But it's great. You can
Cut his fucking mic
drink for free, right?
Oh, yeah. That was great.
I get him drunk so he'll forget what the fuck he's seeing.
Jesus. I don't remember. That's what happened.
Oh, my God. You got another one for us?
I can, but I mean,
You can?
Talk about?
No. I'm going to hear another tune. I had to leave in that one because I had to take a piss. But, I heard.
Or he could replay it for you after this, too, because I want him to replay that for
I'll do the fast version of it.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Really?
No. I want to hear another one.
Because I want to hear the slow version again, but we'll do that off air because that motherfucker was bad as fuck.
But,
Let me think.
so we got plenty of time.
It's not going to work. That's how I feel.
So that's the thing about my shows. We have after hours. We can keep on going. We've done till midnight before. Actually, last time you were here, Danny,
It's too small.
I think it was to 1 o'clock or something like that. Something stupid.
Need the adapter.
No big deal, fuck him. You're going to hear him anyway.
And the guitar player got so fucking hammered, man. He was trying to do card tricks out in the parking lot, and he kept fucking up.
Cody.
Yeah.
Oh, Cody's crazy with it.
No. This with his other band. Not you're thinking of Cody the drummer for 7 days.
That's right.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah. For the different band I brought in,
say guitar
he's
player.
doing magic tricks and shit. We're trying to do magic tricks with
He finally succeeded in doing it, but it was like, no, that one's not going right. I'm not even a magician, and I know it's not going right. He was fucked up.
Oh, speaking of Cody, though, did you hear about Shelly Ray?
No.
Do you know Shelly Ray?
No.
Oh, goodness. So, I don't know if you heard about that, Danny?
No.
Oh, God. You know Shelly Ray, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Corey.
Yeah. So speaking of Cody, his brother's girlfriend recently passed from cancer.
Oh shit.
She was one of the nicest women that you would ever meet. sweetheart. She was at all the shows. Yeah, that I just wanted to kind of do a moment of silence for her for sure, because she was a big supporter of me. She would always comment on things. Like, we weren't friends outside of basically social media. Like, we would see each other at like certain concerts or whatnot, but like we didn't like hang out, do anything. But she treated me as a really good friend. I mean, cancer is a disease. You know, heroin addicts are not. But if you know anybody with cancer and they're not looking into cannabis for healing, look into it for them. It's life-changing. If you look at the statistics, more people die from chemotherapy than cancer itself.
Right.
So,
and that's just one of the things about CBD oil
Exactly,
is which which you mentioned earlier.
but I didn't mean to get all morbid for a second or whatnot, but Shelly is very, very, very important to me, and I felt that her name needed mentioning, especially since we were talking about
Agreed.
Cody's dumbass.
Yeah, she's actually Cody's brother, Corey.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is his brother.
Yeah, I mean, she was a
Awesome person, man.
family friend of the band. It's 7 days away. She was always there. So, I mean, when I heard about it,
It's crazy.
I was in Florida at the time.
And young too.
Yeah, definitely way too young for that.
I mean, 20s.
No. She was older than that, but I don't know the exact age, but
30s?
Regardless, to
yeah.
be that young and have cancer.
Yeah. So I want to, but a new one though.
Yeah. But that's new to you. Not
Yes, new to me.
With THC in them, but I'm getting ready to
We'll
come
do-
out with the full spectrum.
Okay, so what's someone gonna hear now?
Trying to move this. There it is. Stay Gold.
Stay gold.
Stay Gold.
Stay gold. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's a lot of this one isn't as straightforward. You'll get the point, but you get it. You'll see.
All right, let's do it.
You've got a cocaine body of heart, well, a heroin heart of gold. Well, it makes no sense. A sympathetic word remains nameless in the fold. But the thought of simple memories play out a role of constant apathy. Well, I know I stumble at your feet. Well, I try not to make a sound. And this frequency is just a feeling lost, vibrations in the clouds. Well, I tell you once, well, don't let it run cold. I won't bring it down, you're my only goal. A perfect kind of shame that we couldn't feel out loud. Create a distance that seems easy. And if that first time we spoke each other's names, you tell a lie just to complete me. If it's all the same, well, I'm a distant fuck, an afterthought, a cigarette left in your box. It's that easy, so easy. You see, the world is full of static I don't comprehend. Well, don't comprehend. Well, now this is the road so clear. Finally we can breathe out loud. And here's to right now, my dear, where bad timing is not allowed. Well, as we count your scars, dress them in ink. Now I'll lie to myself, and this bitch is about me. Well, I've grown an empty wall of sound, so cold and insincere. An empty love, cause we're afraid of us. Moments lost, we've got a place to disappear. In that river to call our home. We'll just say those words, scream one last time. A perfect kind of shame that we couldn't feel out I'm a distant fuck, an afterthought, a cigarette left in your box. It's that easy, so easy. You see the world is full of static I don't comprehend. Well, don't comprehend. Kind of shame that we couldn't feel out loud, create a distance that seemed easy. And if that first time we spoke each other's names, you tell a lie just to complain. If it's all the same, well, I'm a distant fuck, an afterthought, a cigarette left in your box. What's that easy? Well, goddamn it, I'm easy. You see, the world is full of static I don't comprehend. Well, don't comprehend.
Digging it. Nice. You know what I love about the acoustic guitar, dude, is just it has that very open sound, not like an electric guitar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, it has so much more warmth to it. It's because obviously it's wood, and just it's the same thing and when you go when you play. Well, it's wood, but the sound, obviously, yeah, the sounds are inside, blah blah blah. But you know, when you play at a place like the Glass House, which is wood, the sound is more warmer, and that's what I love about acoustic guitar. You know, when they start putting pickups on it, it just takes away. Yeah. We can shut down the fucking radio. You know damn well we're going into overtime.
Oh, hell yeah.
So there's no compromise there.
You have to hear the song that you missed in because it's fucking amazing. I don't care if you did hear it.
Oh no, I did hear it. I just
no, you didn't.
jumped out
He's
for
got
a
to play it
second.
again.
Okay, then fuck it, we'll play it again.
I have one that's comparable to it. If you want a new one, if you want, I mean, it's up to you.
I don't want a fucking new one, but whatever you want to do. But I'm just
No. If Brandon wants to,
that fucking song was amazing.
Fucking A, we'll do it again.
I was in ecstasy in that song. Like I just want to hear it so I can record it. To be 100% honest with you, so I can hear it on the way home.
I'm recording it. Let me play this. If you want me to play a song, let me play another one, which is not going to be on the album. It's a different version on an earlier album I have, which is a different style, and there's other people who have guest vocals on it, so I'm not on it. But this version, I don't think I'm ever going to record it, but I like it the best.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to close out on the chaoticradio.com app. Of course, with Otsco's favorite song, because I was so hot for my son's Spanish teacher.
Giggity.
Giggity. Even when she was pregnant, she was looking good. Oh, there's something about pregnant chicks, isn't it?
Nope.
Well, you wouldn't know. I'm just saying. Oh, you got kids, Brandon.
Yeah.
When your chick was pregnant, wasn't it was like, ooh, wow.
Yeah, that's actually a thing. There's a lot of dudes that are like into fetishes, into predators.
I like it.
So when I say
Yeah.
no, I'm not
I
like
liked
going
it.
out and seeing
It is a
predators,
form
like,
of
oh,
beauty
shit.
for
Yeah,
sure.
it's not like, oh, yeah.
But it was.
That's my thing.
But it was
After a point though, because you're like, I'm gonna hit the baby and shit.
right.
It's weird after that.
Right.
It did get. And once it got so big, it was like, okay, yeah, no.
I think it's just hot because you know you can come in them.
Oh,
That's my
that's
turn on.
100% true.
Seriously, that's my only turn on. I'm like, well, I can come in her. She ain't gonna say shit.
Trying to get
So.
more pregnant.
Exactly.
Hey,
So that-
if you get married at an apple orchard, then you get to come inside her.
I come inside them anyways, but I don't give a fuck.
So we're out of the chaoticradio.com app. We are still going to stick around for after hours, and we're going to be still YouTube, and we're still going to do Facebook Live. So the radio.com, boom, we're outie.
And we're still live on YouTube and Facebook.
All right, so if you are on Facebook, I like Facebook. But the Mevo likes to fuck with us. Go on to YouTube. But
Actually, YouTube did cut out on us earlier.
did it really?
Yeah, I was sitting in here and I saw it go to a blank screen. I'm like, what the fuck? But it was only for a second, and it reconnected automatically.
Yeah,
Unlike
see,
the
it
Evo.
does it by itself.
I had to like jump in here and do stuff, and then run back over there, and it's just like that Mevo's a pain in the
But
ass.
you can always go to the show on YouTube. You can always pull up, and it's labeled, and it's dated, and you can always once the show is recorded on YouTube, it's for yours to share and keep and save and store and whatever. But you know, so you're gonna play the same one or no? Okay.
He's got lots of stuff,
It's got a library of music.
and we're gonna have another shot too.
I'm not, I'm kind of curious, because since all of us are all inked up, right? Well, except this guy over here.
Quite linked up, but I can hear you.
No, I said inked up.
Oh, inked up.
Oh,
Inked up.
tattoos.
Okay, so obviously, Blake.
Son, my son.
Oh, okay. I
against my
never knew you
religion.
had a son.
Yeah, I have a daughter too. Evangeline, right here.
Oh, very good. I did not even know that about
18
you.
years old. Will be 12 in August.
Oh, very, very good.
Old ass kids.
I've got my sons on both my arms, Dylan and Drake, and then I've got this tattoo is actually our initials. Drake Anthony Springer, my initials, which I'm not going to say, and then Dylan Raymond Springer, and these are actually the initials. These are actually the letters, and then of course I got my goddaughter, which is right here, and then it's got the little tiara, and then the heart, the little arrow that goes down to my heart, and then you've got your kids obviously on.
I got my kids on my chest. I had them on my arm and shit, and then I covered those up, but so I can put them on my chest.
There you go.
I recently just
I don't
told
have
my kids that, like, since I have their names on me, they have to get my name on them.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna make them do that.
And well, the one is old enough.
He's old enough. He doesn't know what he wants to get. I have to talk with him to see what, but he just doesn't know yet. I'm trying to get like matching tattoos with him. I just don't know what though. We'll see.
Dylan, my oldest son, he started getting inked up. My younger son has not crossed that threshold yet. He's still apprehensive. I don't know, because I had my kids when they were young.
You had your kids when they were young?
when they would come with me to the.
How young were they?
Yeah. How young were they? How young were those kids, Zig?
They would come. They would come to the studio with me when I was getting inked up, and so Drake would be all like sitting there going, "Holy shit!" So he's watching me get inked up, and he's like, "Wow." Dylan was the opposite. Dylan would be like, "Oh wow, that looks like really cool," So Dylan got he's got a sleeve going on his left.
He just started that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like last year, or the beginning of this year, or some shit. Because I remember when you posted Dylan his first tattoo.
Yeah, he was in his senior year
So how long
in
ago
high
was
school, which was 3 years ago.
that? 3 years, and he's
Yeah.
got a quarter sleeve now.
He's 3/4 of a sleeve.
3/4.
Yeah. So he's got
All around, even underneath.
Yeah, underneath. Yeah,
I seen this
underneath there,
fucking
yeah, it's-
douchebags. These cocksuckers have a shit ton of tattoos all over here, and then they go to point somewhere and it's just bare fucking skin. Like, why would you just fucking just annihilate the like? You can't even tell what the fuck they are. They're so dark.
Right.
And then they go to point and you're blind and you're like, God damn, put your arm down.
Did you see Frosty's ear?
Yeah. I did see that Frosty.
Inside of his ear.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about all
great.
that. I can't do
Dude, Frosty. Speaking of Frosty, I'm so glad that he's recovered from his deal. He actually started playing. He started jamming and he played with the band. He hacked off 2 of his fingers.
Oh wow.
He's a drummer.
On purpose?
No, he did something really
Trent Reznor
stupid. He just did something really stupid, and it was a lapse of judgment. But hacked off to his fingers and
Like all the way off or halfway? Or?
like halfway, boom.
But I mean, still.
But
what are
you're
you gonna do?
you're still a drummer,
Yeah, you still got to hold on to that shit.
and those fingers that were jacked up are your balance fingers.
Yeah, he can't even do the fucking thing anymore. So.
Yeah, no, he's not doing this. Yeah,
That's the most important part.
right. But he did post a video where he was playing, and which I'm really stoked about. You know, because he also rides a motorcycle, and so the two main fingers, you know, these are your two
You do a lot
strongest
with these fingers.
Yes.
See, I tore my tendon in my finger, so I can't bend
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
weird as fuck. He
So
goes to
fucking
shake
weird.
people's
Oh, the
hands.
middle one.
hands.
He
Yeah,
goes to shake
this one.
people's hands and shit, and he hit this
This one.
fucking
See,
finger all
it
the time.
doesn't-
What the
it
fuck
doesn't
is
curve.
It
weird?
doesn't operate properly.
No.
First time I went
Wow.
to shake his hand, I was like, fucking weird.
He
had
thought
like
I was
a-
playing with his.
I thought he had a wart or some shit at first. 'Cause you know how you hit it and it just barely hits it and shit? So, like, he did it and I shook his hand and shit and I just didn't put my hand on anything for a while.
I probably
And on
have
the way
most-
home, I was at because I had met him at PMG and I asked Brandon, I was like, that motherfucker have a wart on his hand or something, bro? 'Cause when I shook his hand, something hit my fucking hand. He's like, I see a
I
wart.
probably have the weirdest handshake.
I was
most
like, it had to
awkward
be
handshake.
I was like, it had to be a
It's
big as
weird.
fucking weird because like, it felt like a finger, dude. And he's like, no, I don't think he had a wart.
Yeah,
And like a
can't
couple
bend
months
it.
later, I kept at home. I kept that fucker out the window of the car for 20 miles until I got to the office. Yeah, so I didn't want
Wash
to
his
touch
hand.
nothing.
You don't want to
I
catch
didn't know if I
it.
had a wart juice, so I would just seek it. I was like, and the motherfucker didn't have just dead ass finger, not even a
Dead
wart.
finger, you know, it just dangles.
That's how he gets to girls. He's like, hey, girls.
Right.
Massage. I love it.
Two on the pink, one on the steak.
Yeah.
Fuck that one in the pink,
This
two in the
is-
stink.
that one just slipped right in
The
there.
lazy
Now
finger
let's decide
slips
which
right in.
console where it goes.
So, anyways, but
Fuck, some of the pink smells worse than the
This
stink.
one works.
that's all that matters, right? You can give that one to AOC. Dumbass broad.
Dumbass
Wash
fucking
your hands.
So anyway, we're gonna hear the other one that he wanted to hear. Then I missed a small portion of.
No.
He don't want me to record it. I'm gonna respect that.
We have it recorded.
It's recorded. Yeah, go online. Go on the.
Oh yeah, it is on there.
Yeah, but
The
it's
song
not
is called,
now.
I'm gonna wait till it records it and I'm gonna buy the motherfucker. What I'm gonna do.
All right.
The song's called "Your Nightmare Is a Wonder." Like your nightmare is like my wonder is your nightmare, or vice versa. Your nightmare is my wonder.
Okay.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it in the stuff. In your dreams, we all fall down. Your eyes, we all fall down. Just once. Well, now someone will. They'll fall from their own grace, and she'll bleed from my disgrace. Her shadow tears fall down from her face. Well, your clothes are flying everywhere. So fast, hit the lights like you didn't care. How long ago is old enough? And baby, you're in trouble. And it's savory, savory. God damn it, it's killing me, killing me. And you'll see it's not my intention. Well, not my intention. And even when you lie and put me down, until you said those words out loud, and those words that you'd say, well, every chance I get, I'll never walk, I won't walk away. Well, I walked away. Your nightmare's the wonder, and your screams carry over. Fucked away like you, all alone. Well, I won't take you home tonight. The closest to you is my knife. Don't shed it till you're strong enough, and it's almost over. She screams, whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. She screams, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Well, your clothes are flying everywhere. So fast, hit the lights like you didn't care. How long ago is old enough? And baby, you're in trouble. And it's savory, savory. Well, goddamn it, it's killing me, killing me. And you'll see it's not my intention. Well, not my intention. She screams, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. She screams, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh.
Dude, if you ever want me to do a drum track to one of your tunes,
Like, all my
just
songs
let
could
me
have
know.
drum tracks, right?
Just let me know.
Actually, I was thinking of going into the car and grabbing the djembe drum to play along.
right? just let me know. I'd be glad to and proud and fucking
Yeah.
stoked to be able
Well,
to do a
luckily for
drum
me,
track to
the
it.
studio I'm going to, like I said, that guy Victor, he's recording the stuff, and so our next session was in a couple weeks. He's gonna throw drums on a couple of the songs.
Nice. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, live, because he's so busy. He's a professional drummer, so he does that's all he does is drum for a living. That's what he does, and he lives in Hollywood with that, so it's fucking expensive. So he tours all that stuff. So he never has time for anything. Like, I'm surprised he has time right now. Actually, the only reason he has time right now to hang out with me and record me is because he's getting married at the end of the year, and so he can't do anything between now and then, like touring and stuff, because he's planning the wedding. So he's off limits.
And
So
don't
right
piss
now-
off mama.
Right. So right now I get to take advantage of him being home, and going to record. Otherwise, I'd have to go somewhere else, because he just wouldn't be available for me.
Yeah, you don't want to piss off mama. Yeah, getting married, dude. That's be all bad to put music in front of your marriage. After you're married,
Well, luckily she's an artist as well. I mean, she does she plays piano. I know that, but she's does art design and things like that. So she's an artist and she knows the deal. So her art, his art, the artists together, they do stuff together.
yeah, but
So
the
that's cool,
wedding
like-
day is a big day.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I know he's not doing a tour. There's a big tour he was gonna do or supposed to do that he had to back out of because of the wedding. So
I've been contemplating, asking, Otsko to marry me again. Just, see the little space of silence right there.
Very nice.
But I've been contemplating doing that. But if I did do that, it would be it's when you're doing that, you don't do nothing else. You don't go on tour.
yeah.
You don't you don't
local gigs
fuck
and
off.
stuff, but-
Yeah, you concentrate on that. So excellent.
That's
so
the commitment. That's
if Mama's cool with him doing shit at the studio,
Yeah.
because it's close to home. He's not in Europe.
Right.
It's not in China. I the whole musician thing, dude. I think I want to do a show, with the women behind the music.
That's actually a really good idea.
I think it's a really good idea.
Was this Otsko's idea?
No, this is my idea. Otsko You know, I've been with several women throughout my
At that
life.
point, you have to get like some of the bigger bands that have the women that's been with them for the
Yeah.
long time. You know.
And what they have to do with it. I mean, it's not an easy thing.
You know, when I was growing up in Virginia, my next door neighbor, he was also my kung fu teacher as a kid, but he got a gig as one of Van Halen's bodyguards. He just up and left. So like I got to see that from like the other side, like what you're talking about, because like from her point of view, it's like she had this marriage and everything, and he just fucking left her and just went on the road all the time, and that was it.
Oh, what? As a roadie?
No, as a bodyguard.
Oh, as a bodyguard?
That was my
Karate.
first impression of the music
Professional
business. Was
karate.
like, all right, put music first.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it's bodyguard. You can be a bodyguard for anybody. I mean, really. I mean, if you know what you do, and you can still stay local, not just.
And he
leave
also
your-
could have like come
leave your-
back to her and shit.
So he left her.
But he
left
didn't.
Her. He left her like completely
Yeah.
left her.
I don't think they had.
I'm going to Rob Van Halen. Fuck off.
See, I remember when you guys did, when you were in 7 Days Away, you actually had like I don't know if it was a piece of paper, or you guys had rules for like your girlfriends or whatever. Like if someone hits on your girl.
It was like it was like a 7 days away thing. It was just like a thing I found online. I keep reposting it every now and then. And it gets like always gets like the most likes.
Oh, that's right. You
It's like
do.
the
I love
rules
that
of,
one.
Like the rules of if you're gonna date a musician, here are the rules type stuff. And it's just like stuff, you know, like don't bring drama to the show or something, you know, stuff like that. You know, just
Yeah, and don't
stuff
be
that-
jealous if chicks want to take pictures with me and blah,
yeah,
blah,
things like
blah.
that. Just normal stuff that's just normal. You know, it wasn't anything like out of this world or anything. You know, it was just rules, and there always so many likes on it.
You know, the boy's mom never really, to her, it was just no big deal. You know, chicks
That's good.
pulling their titties out and you know, let me take a picture with the drummer. Yay. You
Yeah,
know.
as long as you're like keeping your cool and like staying true to your woman, then why should she?
Well, see, my problem is that I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the camera. I'm not looking at the titties.
Yeah.
I didn't know she took the titties out until I seen the picture.
Yeah, like what were we talking about?
Hey, what the hell?
There's,
I didn't
know there were
there's this
titties
one
there.
in 7 days away. There's this one. There's a bunch of videos actually that we didn't know because we're playing the show. We're in Oregon and we're like direct support for Hinder. You know,
I love Hinder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we're
they're
direct
actually
support.
playing shit, the Cave.
Oh, I'll
And
fuck
bigger.
it. Yeah, way the fuck up there.
Yeah,
But yeah, so we're in Oregon. We're playing the show with them, and it's sold out. The whatever it's not arena. It's music, whatever music hall. You know, it's sold out. So
this is during 7 days away.
right 7
Yeah,
days away.
okay.
And then so we're playing, and there's a bunch of video taken, and then we're going back behind to do our little recaps of videos, and like we have people videoing for us, and then it's not nothing we knew at the time, but going back, looking at the video, there's all sorts of like chicks just like with their shirts up, in the video, and like we can't help that. That's like we told them to, It's just that's what they want to do. It's on them.
Right.
It's not like the chicks are gonna get like. What's the point of getting mad at us? Was we didn't do it, and it's not like the music. That music is like oh hey, show us your tits, or whatever the deal is. It's kind of comes with the territory.
See, if I was
help that.
if I was a front man, dude, I mean, trust me, Otsko's very lucky that I'm the drummer.
I'm gonna have to go on tour with you guys. I'm gonna have cue cards that say "Show me your tits."
Right.
Let's put them up.
Right.
Like what the fuck?
He's just gonna go around and he'd be at the front of the stage with this long pointer stick,
Yeah.
and just lift their t-shirts.
You're up. You're up.
Well, there was that one.
Because if I was a singer, dude, I'd be like going, "Let me see those titties." I would be a very upfront frontman, guaranteed.
I think it's actually better that they just do it on their own. I think that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, natural, organic.
Yeah. You don't have to like tell them what to do. Then they're gonna be like, "Well, I don't want to now."
No, but see, I was a frontman.
I'm gonna do the
I wanna
opposite of
see
what
it.
you tell me to do.
Show me those titties. Well, it's like a chick that gets a boob job, and it's like she tells you about it. Yeah, and because I mean, obviously, you just seen her. Before she was like this, and now she's like this. Yeah. You're like going,
Oh, they love to show them.
what? What? Okay.
They're like, "Oh, feel them. They're so firm."
There's something different about you. Did you dye your hair?
Right.
You know what I mean? Did you you have eyelashes on? Oh no, you got titties.
Sexual harassment. No.
So, you know, I mean, if you're going to spend 10 grand, I mean, you might as well share the wealth. Don't share the wealth with just the guy that's going to play with him. Am I right?
I mean, that's why a certain amount, a small amount of percentage of girls like do it for their own like confidence and things like that for whatever reason. But a large number is just because it's for the attention.
Share them, yeah.
I'm assuming.
They talk about them all day.
This
I had
is
a
why
coworker-
you went
oh
from
my God.
here to here, okay? Because you wanted someone to notice that. Don't give me the whole fucking thing like, oh, my eyes are right here.
Right.
No.
No, it doesn't give guys the right to touch them on things like
I
that.
didn't say nothing
right,
about
right,
touch.
right.
Right.
I didn't say nothing about touch.
Before I'm saying before
Well,
we
there's
get any,
always that
before we get any
douchebag that
messages
does.
right now about wherever this goes.
But what if they put them on your shoulder when you're trying to work? You know, it's just like,
trying to
whoa, hey, I just got these
job is
new
that?
titties. Tits on your shoulder.
I think Zig has it right.
Can I touch it? Nah, just on your shoulder. No.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you are touching it on your shoulder.
Yep.
It's like, you know, the chick riding on the back of the bike. Right. Don't ride like this.
Yep, ride close.
Ride like this.
Grab a hold.
Press those titties on my back.
Squeeze.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I want to feel that.
That's one of my favorite things about riding a bike. Not gonna lie.
On a chick on the back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, I got the new FJR, so now Atsuko actually gets to sit like back. She gets to sit up straight. She doesn't have to lean up on me.
Well, you can
anymore.
lean
So I'm
back
like,
then.
oh, dang. So,
That shit's probably got
I think I
adjustable
kinda-
handlebars.
I-
You could probably like
I
lean
just-
all the way back.
I just gotta hit the brakes harder.
There you go.
But
No.
yeah, no, she doesn't have to lean up on me anymore.
You know,
Oh, that was so funny.
Damn, I fucked myself, man.
I would hit the brakes when I was riding. I had my ex on the back, the one that you met. But I was wearing my old helmet, which is now so loose. So every time I hit the brakes, her helmet would go into mine and push it down, and then I would be completely blind. I'm like, fuck, how far is that car from me? I'm going to hit the brakes harder.
See, and my girl is still, she's still listening. See,
Yeah.
you see this, Danny? See this right here?
Oh, that means you're fucked.
That's Japanese writing.
For your
Okay, yeah. See, when she starts responding in Japanese,
She wants us to talk about eggplants.
Ah!
Japanese eggplants,
Oh,
I
you
presume.
Yeah, no, that is not what that means.
Google Translate.
I can guarantee you, when you post,
I know what it means.
I can guarantee you when you click on there and see translation, it's not exactly what they're saying.
I mean, how
It's
can
an
you mess
eggplant
up a-
emoji.
Yeah, the emoji you can't really.
Eggplants mean dick.
Yeah, no. Those that right there is Asian writing, dude, and she's definitely.
So you're renewing those vows soon? Or?
Yeah, I see.
You know,
the story of the boobs law.
I will always say it, and
Aw, she said, yes, I'm lucky.
yeah,
See?
she puts up a
Aw.
lot of shit.
Yeah, she does.
She
Like,
does.
seriously, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't date myself.
I would
Hell
date
no,
me,
dude.
not you, though.
I would not date me, dude. If I was a chick, dude, and I met me, I'm
Oh,
like,
if I was a
this
chick,
guy's
I'd be all
fucking
over my cock.
This guy, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? He has a small dick and he's an asshole. So if a chick were to, Danny, if
No comment.
I plead the fifth.
He didn't ask yet.
he went right for there. So now, a chick to date you. Say if you were the chick, and then you met you, and now you, the male, would be like trying to hit on that chick, and you were the chick you. What would you think?
I don't know. I don't really hit on girls. Like, it's not that it's weird for me. It's just like I think that confidence just go up to hit on a girl. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think my hitting on girls is like hitting on them. I think it's just like talking to them. Like,
So it just kind of falls
yeah,
in.
it kind
your
of
thing.
falls into place.
Yeah.
Like, let's say someone starts talking for whatever reason, or I start talking about something other random, and then maybe it turns into something. There's no like, oh, let's go to a bar. I'm gonna go hit on this chick.
Well,
Stuff
you know,
like that.
yeah.
Like, I don't.
well, I don't
Not that I'm
know.
above that. I just don't do it. I just don't. I don't think I have
Right. Well, I don't hit on chicks because I mean, I just because I've been faithful to
Right.
my girlfriend 9 years, and but I'm just saying I would not date myself. So I'm just saying that
I would date.
you know my girl. Would you? So you would date yourself?
I think I'm a good enough guy.
See, I wouldn't date myself. Yeah. See, if I was a chick and I met me, I'd be like, fuck this guy.
Like
I'd probably
So
piss
I
myself
gotta-
off because
I'm
I'm
not
too
the
timid.
best guy, but I'm not certainly not the worst. You know, so
Okay. Oh,
and a lot of the worst
there you go.
are getting
Okay,
dated,
good.
You know, so I think it's fine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drink this beer.
What?
Or else I'm gonna throw
Me?
it all over the table.
Would I date me? I don't know. I'm single right now. It's probably the reason.
Okay,
same reason why.
but I'm trying to get you interactive in this
My
conversation.
perspective?
So now, you know who you are.
Yeah.
I know I'm an asshole. I know
I'm
that.
definitely an asshole.
and
But-
I accept it myself. But for someone to, okay, Brandon's back because I can guarantee you, I've
Negative.
when it came to
got-
Brandon's show, dude, I swear to God, dude, I'm like going, fuck, man. I give props to his wife, right? So now our conversation was, I was talking about Otsko, you know, being with me. I'm like going, if I was Otsko and I was looking at me, I'm like going, fuck that guy.
You're saying like
So I give my girl props that she deals with me. You know, I'm not a complete asshole, but I just wouldn't. I have these inconsistencies that just, you know, I personally, if I was dating somebody, I would not put up with.
Yeah.
But you're consistent at those.
and you're a human being.
I'm telling you, bro. Like,
Would you date you? Is what he's asking.
Would you date
Would you
yourself?
marry me?
Fuck
Would you
no.
marry you?
You see.
fuck no. I'm a piece of shit. Because I'm selfish as fuck.
That's my problem. That's why I'm single.
But it's been working out, so fuck them. You know what I mean? Like,
And you give your girl
yeah,
props.
100%. Man, you know, I wouldn't be where I'm at because if it wasn't for her, for sure, 100%.
Right.
Which is your girl behind the scenes thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Doesn't
But she
have
was
to be
cussing.
music.
But she was cussing me out in Japanese.
No, she wasn't cussing you out.
Yes, she was.
She's talking dirty. Tell her.
They were talking about doing a behind the scenes.
She's talking
ban.
about us talking about boobs.
Women-
I mean, it doesn't
Women
have to be
behind the
banned. It should be like
scenes.
successful people.
She was laughing. She said the story of the boobs.
Pornographic material.
Oh.
like a casting couch or something.
He's talking about behind the scenes
Oh yeah,
with
you got
band-
black
with-
guys right there.
Look, she even did boob emojis.
Oh, did she do boob emojis?
Maybe if you took your glasses off, your Neo glasses, you could see the screen.
Morpheus.
Oh wait, this one didn't
Yeah.
get auto translated.
Oh shit.
She said it probably says that's fucked up. Fucked up that you wouldn't date yourself. Probably. I don't know.
Oh, see, then I was correct. So she wasn't
and she
cussing
says
me
you're
out.
very faithful,
Well-
Zig, with the hearts.
Well, that's what sucks about me is like I don't want my son to see what I do, and then repeat it and think it's cool.
Right.
But he's going to because that's what he's going to see, and I'm not going to change. So,
Well, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
and you know,
Right? So I mean, you have a son too.
but you don't even, have
and
to
how
be
would-
raised by them.
And
Yeah,
how,
but it gets encoded in their genes.
100%.
Yep.
Crazy.
well,
I'm
you know,
exactly like both my parents.
and I see my sons, and what's trippy about my sons is I see the two halves of me. Dylan is like the very like caring. You know, he takes care of his girl. I'm not saying that Dylan Drake doesn't, but he's very attentive and he does that. You know, that whole like emotional thing. And then you have Drake, and he's more of the, you know, brawny side. You know, you fuck with me, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Yeah, he seems guarded. Like
Yeah.
Dylan's really open,
Yeah.
which is surprising for a guy as young as him.
So when I see them, I see like, wow, I see now the two sides of me that I know that I deal with. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And it's a trip to be able to watch that. Now to have like a son and a daughter, I'd be like, oh wow, what the hell? Because if the daughter was like Drake, oh, she'd never be in a relationship. She'd never be in a relationship. She'd be like going, "What do you want to do? Fuck you up? I don't think so." You know what I mean, kind of thing.
Uh huh.
And you have girls.
And I got a little boy too.
Yeah, but I know, but you have girls.
Yeah.
I don't.
But-
I don't.
My middle daughter, Indiana, is her attitude's kind of like me, but she's super like antisocial like me. Like if we have parties and shit, she goes upstairs. She don't fuck around with people. She don't like people. So she's just like me in that aspect. My first daughter, or my oldest daughter, Aspen, she's like her mom. And Leonidas, I don't know. I don't know what he's like. I don't know. But I look at him differently than I do the other girl. I do the girls. It was sad. Like that little boy can do no wrong.
Well, what is that called? It's called the
Favoritism? I don't know.
no, not favoritism.
Nepotism?
No, we talked about
Somethinism?
this before.
Nothing-isms?
Like with my sons, it's
Sonism.
no, like I have boys, so they date girls, and it's obviously and you go through the whole high school thing, and it's
Heterosexuality?
and so now I don't have to be the same way with my sons as if I had a daughter, So it's like, okay, like your boy, my boys have always been open to me.
Oh, that's being a hypocrite.
No. So I'm like,
You can just relate to your sons more than you can your daughters. Like you can't talk to your daughters about how much dick she's getting, but you can talk to your sons about how much pussy they're slamming.
right. So what are they? Double standard.
Yeah.
There it is.
Double standard.
The double standard. With my sons, yeah, it's like okay. Well,
See-
they come and they tell me, hey, Dad, and when they finally had gotten laid and all this stuff, and I'm like going, okay, and you're like, okay, very good. You became a man, rah. But if it was my daughter,
But I want my sons and my daughters to all three tell me how much pussy they're getting.
Hold on.
Yeah. So
see that one literally had to process for a second.
I would be so impressed if all three of them would tell me how much pussy they're all three getting. I'd be like, all right, kick ass.
Nice.
But other than that, I don't want to hear about nothing. Because I'm wondering how I'm going to react to my daughter's bringing in a boyfriend that I know she's fucking, and I know that he's not going to marry her. I don't want my daughter to be like ran through by 5, 6, 7, 8 dudes, but it's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! And see that I couldn't. I have
that's just
I have
reality. It
three
sucks.
I know it is, and I have
That
three
sucks.
goddaughters.
Well,
they're
she
not
could be in charge, too.
my daughters. They're my goddaughters. And I'm just like, ugh. And I just found out that my oldest goddaughter is now.
Can I hit it?
I don't know. Fuck fornicating, having fucks. I hate the word. I hate that word.
Why are we talking about this right now?
I'm just. I have no idea. We made a left.
We'll not do any of that.
But she's 20. But she's 21 years old.
Yeah, she's a
So
woman.
why am I like still like tripping about
Your
that?
baby, little baby.
It's different. Like, I don't know how. Like, I was always nervous about like meeting somebody's parent that I would have a kid with. You know what I mean? Because they're like, it's different when you bang some chick out in your car and send her on her way. Like, you don't have to see your parents. They don't know you're actually doing that shit. But she's walking around with your kid inside of her. Like, they know how that shit happened. You know what I mean? And like, I just don't know how dads are like shake.
Yeah, they're squeezing your hand real tight.
No, like
trying to break your fingers.
I've always like I don't think my in-laws like. Well, I think my mother-in-law likes me, but my father-in-law doesn't like me very much. But he's always been really respectful. You know what I mean? And like, I never got like the talk or, and I mean, I've done some dirty shit to his daughter, bro. Like dirty shit.
This is why he won't date himself.
Exactly, because I'm a dirty motherfucker,
Dirty
bro. Like
motherfucker.
dirty. Like, if you've dated one of my exes, God bless you. God bless you.
You have some catching up to do, buddy. Oh my god! And it's well, see, I'm 52 now, so my sons, and they're one is with her nationality is Arabian. Okay, the other one is Hispanic.
Same thing.
Both of those, their upbringing is to Great. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be a grandfather. I mean, what would you think if you became a grandfather? I mean, I'm 52. How old are you, Danny?
37.
Okay, so 37. See, my brother became a grandfather at 40 fucking years old.
39.
Wait.
Dude, I know people
No,
that became
30,
grandparents in their
38
30s.
years old. So 38 years old, he's a grandfather.
People I went to school with are grandparents. That's fucked up.
See, I'm behind the times. I'm 39. No kids. Nothing.
Hey, don't
Shit,
feel bad.
39? Oh, it's too late now, dude.
I'm 49 and I got
Forget
no
that
kids.
shit.
No, you were talking about earlier. I
Your
still
sperm's
get it
fucking
out.
loaded up on the couch somewhere, chilling. Your sperm's done.
My sperm's still.
Well, think about it, though. If
Good until
you
60.
say if you had a kid, say if you got some chick pregnant next week, you got 10, 11 months. Dylan went 11 months. I mean, he was like almost 2
10 or 11.
11 months?
Almost 2 months. Yes, they had to induce it,
Damn.
dude. Yes. Drake was like pretty much on time.
And fell right out after like 2 pushes, right?
Oh, she knows C-sec, dude. That motherfucker had that cord wrapped around his neck. He was like going, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He was
That's
trying
how
to
I was
play
born.
cowboy.
He didn't
That's
want
how I
to
was
come
born.
out.
I was born blue.
Really?
Yeah, I think I lost like some brain cells or what. I mean, I'm not being funny, but no, I'm serious. I think it fucked my brain up a little bit because like,
Yeah, it cuts off oxygen.
well, what I mean by that is like I'm not like normal people. Like when
No, you're not.
when like how you were just saying like, oh, I can see parts of me in my kids. Like I don't think I'm going to be able to see that because I've never met another person like me.
Well, good for you. That's what I'm saying. Good for you because, I've never met someone like me. I've never met someone like the JJ, which keeps you unique.
Yeah, it's very, very rare when because you're like, oh, that's like my buddy, blah, blah, blah. But nobody can, like, I'm that friend that you get a warning label before. Like, if you're going to introduce me to somebody sensitive, you tell them, hey, I got this buddy. Now, before you meet him, and you talk to any of my good friends that know me deeply, they warn their other friends before they meet me.
I'll tell you right now.
Dude, that's why you're here.
Right.
we have a mutual friend. This dude, I'll say names. It starts with an S.
Oh,
But
fucking Shay,
when I
you know who
first
he
met
is.
him, yeah, Shaker.
Remember,
when I first,
Shaker? I thought
Shaker.
I thought you were talking about fucking dumbass Shay. Remember,
no, Shay.
remember
Shay is,
Cannabis Couch
there's
Shay?
something wrong with him too. There's definitely something wrong with
He's
that.
just, a piece, he's just a piece of shit.
But before, like, I don't know, 15 years ago when I used to go to the Vibe and nightclubs
Downtown
and stuff,
Riverside.
Yeah, he looked.
I played there.
Yeah, he looked totally different. So I was
used to promote
introduced
that
to him.
place.
I was introduced to him, but I was told not to fuck with him, not to say anything stupid around him because he'll fuck you up. I
site,
and
on
I'm like,
site.
he's not right in the head, basically.
'Cause
And
I
I remember that.
I used to promote for clubs, and the Vibe was just bought. So Shaker was like good friends with the owner or whatnot. I can't remember the dude's name, but I was promoting for him, and I was basically like the host of that club. And Shaker would get to the point where he would just point at people, and I'd go fuck them up because I was like 250, 260 pounds.
Damn.
Juiced out of my fucking mind. My head.
You were 250 pounds?
Oh yeah. My head was as big as, or my shoulders were bigger than my head. I was fucking huge. But when I had my aneurysm, I was 230, 225. I was jacked. I mean, I was a good-looking motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, the Vibe, we played there. The Visions played there a few times, right there off of
University.
Chicago and University.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we used to go to Trimmers a lot, and I used to be in the nightlife scene out here a lot. Like when In Cahoots was on fire and Brain and Iron, so I would do a lot of club promoting. So I'd be out all the time, and when you're a big dude, people would want to talk shit. Other big dudes talk shit. Well, I just happened to be a big dude that could fucking fight. I didn't just lift weights, so I'd lay motherfuckers down wherever we would go, and Shaker got to the point he had this friend of his, George,
G.
called him G, and we were driving down in Santa Ana or Fullerton somewhere in his fucking car, and he just says, "Hey B, hit this motherfucker." So we get out, or no, we got out. We stopped. We were at a stop sign, and G and Shaker get into it. G gets out of the car and standing on the sidewalk. And Shaker's out in front of him, and he's telling him. And finally, he just looks inside the car to me and goes, "B, hit this motherfucker." And I've hung out with G. Like, we had dinner and shit. Like, we're friends. I got out and I hit that motherfucker one time. He went up in the air and landed in the bushes.
Damn.
He has this fucking huge scar. I hit his whole shit. His whole eye almost came out.
Damn.
His whole eyebrow was just split. He's got this huge fucking scar.
Yeah, different.
Just
times,
one hitter
man.
quitter, boy. Ow! Lucky I didn't fracture his fucking skull. I don't know how I didn't. But yeah, I was just known like every time I went out to a club, I was getting kicked out within 10 or 15 minutes because I was fighting. There was 2 security guards in cahoots called Donkey and Shrek. Because the dude looked like Shrek, and his friend was a little skinny dude, so they called him Donkey. And they were best friends. They were always together, so they called him Shrek and Donkey. But as soon as I would check in, you'd walk in, hand them your ID or whatever. So as soon as I would do that, they would get on the radio, and I'd have 3 security guards follow me around. And within 10 or 15 minutes, they were carrying me outside. And they would give me, it happened so much that they would give me 2 strikes every night. I get one time. I get one time to start a fight, and then the next time I get tossed out. So they would carry both of us out the first time, and then let me walk back in. And if I got in a fight again. But it was every fucking Friday night. Every Friday there was going to be a fight.
I'm just glad it wasn't me because I like to talk shit back then. I don't know. I'd
There
get
wasn't
drunk
any
and
talking
just
shit. I
fucking
would
talk
walk
shit.
up to you with your girlfriend
Stupid.
and start dancing in between you guys. Like I would just push my ass on you, push my ass on your belly, and push you up out the way, and start dancing with your girlfriend.
He's a motherfucker.
And dare you to do something.
Motherfucker.
I don't know how I didn't get killed, because that's the most disrespectful thing you can do. I would never do that now. Well, I would if I didn't like you, but I would do that to complete strangers. But I would do it to girls, like, you know how you're at a bar and you can see a girl's looking at you, so she's dancing with some dude, but she's like giving you the eye and shit. So I would just walk up in between them and just let them know, like, your girl's looking at me, I'm gonna come and get this, And a lot of times they didn't like that shit, and they would start to run their mouth, and I just don't like to talk. I'll hit you. So you come at me in an aggressive manner, I'm gonna lay you the fuck out. So I would turn around, they start to say something like, "What the fuck?" Bam! You get aggressive towards me. So
You could just say she's with me and say it nicely, so that way you're not pissing you off. Maybe.
So I
don't know.
I'm gonna make a right turn. So I'm gonna go back to him. So now you're how old again?
39.
39.
Okay, so 39. So now you have to go through the whole pregnancy, right? And then by the time
he doesn't.
No. So no, trust me.
Yeah,
If you are a man, you don't have the belly bump, but you're dealing with the pregnancy.
Oh yeah,
You're definitely having
That's a given.
Guaranteed. Okay.
100% sympathy.
So now the baby's born and you're 41. So now the kid's in high school, and now you're like pushing 55, right? 15?
Dude, think about it for
More
me.
like
I'm 10 years
15?
older than him.
15?
I'd be retired by the time they're out of high school.
So sophomore, and now you got the whole football season. Because I was that dad. I was the football dad.
Nice.
I was the one that went to the games and yelling and talking shit, to all the referees and what have you. But I'm in my 40s. Yeah, it's too late for you.
It's
dude.
too late for me.
Yeah, you better adopt, dude.
What are you gonna do at 60?
He'd be like fucking with his cane.
Probably. Okay.
Ref, that was on the 40-yard line, motherfucker. Just
Hey, why the fuck not? I mean, shit. People,
I don't know.
More people are going to
wouldn't-
listen to you because you're old now. They're going to be like, shh, everybody, the old guys yell.
Well, see, but
Yeah.
but see, I'm 52 and I do track days with my sons. So I mean, I'm mobbing the track at triple-digit speeds. So, so we're fucking getting it. You know what I mean? It's. I mean, you better
you can
track
still
days
do
with
that
us.
at 60-some.
No, I don't. I want to be like really getting it, not at like 60. Because right now I'm
I don't mean miles per hour. I mean the age.
No,
I'm still talking 100
but
plus.
you've been at track day.
Uh-huh.
You've been at track day, so I mean we get it, dude.
That's why I'm like, if I'm old
mean,
and
it's
I
not-
can
I'll
still
still
ride, I'm
outspeed
going to
these
track day.
15-year-old
Dude, we're
kids.
fucking mobbing that shit, dude. And it's like when we get done, when we load the bikes up, there are boogers all over the side of the tires.
I'm gonna lap these kids at 15, 15-year-olds at 60.
Yeah, see, now my kids, they let me, but I taught them well.
I need to go again. I need practice of that shit.
Yes, you do. You've missed.
It's fucking fun.
You missed the whole
Several.
season.
I got my truck set up where I can carry a trailer though, so I'm good with
You ride a
that.
motorcycle?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm poor.
Oh man, that motorcycle is a poor man's vehicle.
Yeah, I can barely afford a fucking car.
Brandon, do you still have your Harley?
I don't. I actually, so I had like 6 Harleys, but I had an episode on I had a CVO.
Well, I remember you're selling. You were when we were at the other studio.
Oh, I had to because I had an episode where I thought I was riding down the freeway with Brandon and Carl, and for some reason I thought I was watching a fucking baseball game, and I'm like, fuck, it's tied at 5-5.
Ooh.
And I was going 55 on the freeway on the 15. So I realized that I'm on my motorcycle, so I pull off for a second to get my bearings, and I look behind me, and here comes fucking Brandon and Carl. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They're like, well, we were riding together, and then you just veered the fuck off. I'm like, well, I had no idea I was riding with them. I couldn't remember shit, so I drove home. Or I got on the back of the bike with Brandon, I think, and we rode home. Wife took
And
him.
left your bike on the side of the road?
Yeah, and then my wife drove him to go pick it back up, and then I never rode it again after that. But I was having seizures a lot back then too, and I haven't had a seizure in a few months now. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, and if I don't have a seizure within like a year or so, then I might try to ride again because I miss it a lot. But I can't do I don't do the street bikes. I can't do the hunching over shit. It hurts my back too much. I'm a cruiser type of dude. Once I got a Harley, I can't ride anything else.
You know, I sold my Harley and got an FJR, a Yamaha Sport Tourer. I like to tilt it in the corners. I'm
not a speed freak.
I love that kind of shit, but it's comfortable. But you know, my Harley was just God. It was killing my back. Killing my back.
They make some cruisers that are actually made like more for track riding anyway.
The Ultras are bad as fuck. The Ultras you can do on the track.
Yeah, but it's like it's a $30,000 fucking motorcycle. I bought my FJR for $5,500, and it's got 13,000 miles on it and does everything really, really well.
Yeah.
Well, and the upkeep on Harleys are crazy.
And it's
It is. I know because I own a shop, and when guys bring their bike to my shop, like say Danny buys a Harley, he's like, even if I'm going to give him a deal, which I would if you own a Harley.
Good to know.
But say is I'm going to bring my bike in for a service. If he called Harley, they'd be like, okay, it'd be like about $700 parts and labor. I do it for $300. Which is like super cheap.
I'm gonna bring my bike to you.
What do you ride?
R6.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's easy.
600.
That's what my son has for a track bike that he dumped at Big Below. At
That was the one he tossed.
Yeah, at 110 miles an hour.
The
He
1100
launched
is nice.
it up off the dirt into the fence.
I don't know what it is. I drove one and I tried to hit the brake and it fucking kept moving. I'm like, holy shit! It takes a little bit to slow these things down. The 1100s.
Well, no, it has to be proper braking,
Yeah.
which is training. But I'm an instructor, so yeah, bring your bikes. I had no idea he rides an R6.
yeah.
Very good.
That was my main vehicle for 2 years.
Yeah, I can hook it up. Yeah. So, you gonna part with us with one more song?
Yeah, I can do the song Brandon wants me to do, I guess.
Okay, but at least
The fast version.
At least let me take a piss
Okay, we'll do the
first.
fast version.
Okay, let me take a piss first, so I can hear the whole song.
All right, let me tune up because last song wasn't in tune.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't listen to the songs on that. I like listening to live.
All right.
So somebody's got to keep talking.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the track day with the R6?
In the bathroom, but I left it in my pocket.
Oh, nice.
Never. I would love to do that though.
You good?
It's a lot safer than doing it on the highway. I know that.
That's good.
So I can relate to. I can relate to what Brandon was saying about. We'll call it daydreaming while you're riding. I've done that. I've done that once, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I've had some, like a dizzy spell. It hasn't happened while I was riding, but it's happened twice to me. Like when I'm driving and I'm like, fuck, I need to pull over. And I'm like, what if shit like that happens?
Yeah, that's
Because I'm starting to get old. I'm like, I don't fucking know what happens when I get old. I've never been old before.
My thing is, I start to think about stuff, and then I'm thinking I'm somewhere else. Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute, how am I?
Oh, that's called code yellow. It's
Code
a
yellow?
state. Yeah, there's like red, yellow, and white.
Okay.
In red, you're just totally out. Like, because people get hypnotized in their daily drives. So, I mean, it's actually normal for a lot of people to be driving somewhere. They drive to and from work, but they'll get in their car and then they're home and they're like, wow, I don't even remember that ride.
Right.
No drugs or alcohol, nothing. They just don't remember. It's because they got themselves into a hypnotized state. So when you're riding or when you're driving, you got to be aware of that. And I've noticed when I ride, I get way less hypnotized than when I drive.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
because
I
you have to be
see
aware.
shit before it's happening. Like every car up there, and I try to look behind me too and everywhere so I can spot out the people that are moving erratically. And then my brain can just like figure out where they're going to be when I'm up here and know how to fucking avoid those stupid fuckers.
Motherfuckers. All right, here we go.
No, they were waiting for
All
Zig.
right.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to hear one. He wants to hear a whole song.
Yeah. And as for like the drugs and alcohol, who's to say I didn't do drugs and alcohol riding?
Yeah, there's that.
I was like,
too.
why is this Mack truck fucking flashing his lights at me? And I'm like, oh, I'm going fucking 30 on the highway.
Oh, damn.
Backing up traffic.
I'm the opposite.
That's crazy.
If I lose my judgment just a little bit, I'm going fast.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like on the overpasses where it curves around and it's just like a big broad curve. I'm like, I could take this thing so fast, and then I just like give it a little bit more each time.
Right.
But I'm like, what if somebody's watching? I don't think I want to be pulled over right now.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, this is Southern Comfort number 2.
But a little bit faster.
A little faster, yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Let's see.
Tell me why I took a second chance instead of being all alone. How you fell into an empty hand, and that's not my own. Are you sorry? Goddamn, I'm not sorry. Well, I fell into a pastime fear of dying on my own. A southern kind of comfort that proves I'm always wrong. Are you sorry? Well, goddamn, you're not sorry. Well, I don't feel like it's enough. Well, I can't stop shaking now. Well, I'm breaking down. Well, this is giving up. Tell me everything is made up here where flowers rarely grow. How you promised every moment that you never want to go. And even though you knew I wanted out, you played me oh so well. Well, a bitter kind of ending that left me here in hell. Well, I can't say that your song is over. Well, I'm writing like I meant it, and I'm dying every second. Won't stop drinking till it's looking like I loved you every moment. Well, I don't feel like it's enough. Well, I can't stop shaking now. Goddamn, I'm breaking down. Well, this is giving up. I don't feel like it's enough. Well, I can't stop
shaking now. Goddamn, I'm breaking down. Well, this is giving up. Well, I'm sitting here in empathy, that place we call our home. Feeling like I always knew that I'd end up all alone. Well, if crying is a fashion, then I guess I'm made of stone. 'Cause I kinda always knew that you were nothing but a hoe.
Nice.
What's cool about song when I play it live? Like, I won't say the whole part. Like, I'll be like, nothing but a. I'll stop, I'll do this.
And then everyone go, ho!
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Let the audience finish that one because it's obvious what it means.
Right, how?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a fun song.
Well, thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you for
That
having
was
us.
a great show. Brandon's over there on the
Brandon said,
couch.
"Thanks for having us."
He's relaxing. He's just like going on couch. I'm chillaxing now.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me out.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back in Cali, dude.
too.
Fuck, dude. I mean, you're like a staple on the show, dude. So, you know,
Every now and then I'll bust in.
I'm telling you, I would love to do a drum track. If you ever decide, going, hey, you know, I got this tune, man. I just want to do a quick recording.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Where are you recording at?
In somewhere in the valley. It's called VC Groove Studios. VC
San
Groove
Bernardino?
Studios.
Yeah, it's off of Lancashire.
Yeah, it's off of
Well, I mean, near
the
the
170 somewhere.
yeah, so yeah, right around that whole little
Yep.
area.
Oh shit! Drop a pic.
You know, like Sherman Oaks area?
Probably.
So you want to plug that show again? When is that?
Oh, I actually have a few shows.
Malone's, yes.
So I have Malone's for West Coast. I have Malone's, which is on August 2nd. I have Malone's August 2nd. It's a showcase show, so a bunch of good bands, like bands I played before, bands I don't know of, but I've looked them up. Every band's good. Show up early, stay till the end. Malone's, that's the 2nd. I also have a show in Georgia and a couple in Florida at the end of August. I don't know, 16th or 17th, something like that. And then I have a festival in September in Florida with bands like the Growlers, Mezingers, Hot Water Music, stuff like that. That'll be like the first day of a cross country tour I'll do. So in September I'll do a tour from Florida back here to California.
And that's the solo
All
stuff.
solo, yeah, all acoustic.
Since you're back in Cali, are you doing going to be setting stuff with Black Guitar Eulogy?
Yeah, actually, me and Mel, the singer, have been talking, and I think we're going to be starting that back up.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, well, I
that
mean-
was a really tight band.
Yeah,
I liked the sound of it, and I thought her vocals were really pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be. We'll probably do a different lineup, possibly. That's what we've been talking about. But obviously, it'll be me and her. We were the songwriters of the band, anyways. So the music style will be the same ish. Well, probably more because it's been a couple years something since the last album. So we've obviously both grown musically since then. So you'll hear some changes, but at its core, it'll still be me and her.
And then Mission Tobacco Lounge in Riverside is a great venue, which is local in the IE, downtown Riverside, and that is a really great venue to go to. I mean, the beers are
Fair.
relatively, a fair priced, not like the Canyon
$8.
Or the
$9.
whiskey.
or the whiskey.
Go-Go,
Oh my
all the
god,
Hollywood,
dude!
Hollywood circuit. So much fucking money.
No, I think that every time we've gone to MTL, I don't think I've ever spent more than like $60, and that's just us going back and forth, buying each other rounds. Not like going to the Canyon and $35 for 2 shots and 2
round.
beers.
I just remember
Right.
I always get the
Holy
brown
shit.
ale, and they're $8 a pop. That's still kind of expensive.
Yeah, but remember, the venue's got to make money. You got to
Yeah.
make money. I understand
Yeah,
that.
they never charge for their bands.
I understand that. You can't just go to, it's not like going to Stater Brothers and buying a fucking 12-pack of beer for, $15 fucking dollars. I mean, the venue's got to pay the rent and overhead. I can support that to see local bands, local musicians, and just have a great time, because that's one of the things that the Zig Zone promotes is getting out there, going and seeing a local band. Get out there and fucking enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Stop going online.
Cut that shit off.
God, the fucking cell phone shit and the computer shit it kills me. If that's all you do, it's okay. You got to do it's part of your life. That's fine. But go out and see, a live band, or a live individual.
Go out and see lots of live bands.
Right? You gotta do it.
Every night of the week.
Right?
There's always a show somewhere.
Where's your next show?
August 15th at the House of Machines in LA. And it's a Thursday night, so weekend starts on Thursdays.
And I can guarantee you, it's on a Thursday in LA. I won't be there.
I won't be there either, but only because I'll be on the East Coast.
Nice. It's funny. It's a hipster thing.
I won't be there because I'm not fucking driving to LA on a fucking weeknight.
See, support local.
That's the way I am usually. It's like from where we
No, this
live to
motherfucker's
LA.
in this. Dude, the whole band is in the IE. Dude, book something in downtown Riverside, like at MTL.
Our last show was at Pomona. That went really well. It was fun.
But if you're in LA, go check out the Family
of Light.
Light.
Yeah.
If you're in LA, yeah,
Do it.
yeah, go on. Fuck it. If you're San Pedro, Redondo Beach, whatever.
Yeah, there's places out there you can play too.
No, I'm saying if you live there,
Oh.
yeah, go there. And
I'm like,
check
fuck,
it
I
out.
just want to play everywhere now.
That's what I want to do. I want to play. I just want to tour.
You've been almost all over the world, Danny.
I still want to tour though. I still want to play more over the world. I want to go back to these places where I've played and made these like friends and stuff like that.
Right.
Next year. Next year I have some stuff going on.
Right.
Also, was Manifestation.
Oh, nice.
When are they coming back out?
Manifestation, from what we're planning, I think in February, but that's a string of East Coast shows. But later that year, either the middle or I think end of summer, we're gonna do a full U.S. tour.
All right.
So next year we'll do that hardcore band from Germany.
We'll make sure
Rock and bass on
that
that.
we're in the mix.
Is it Rammstein?
Keep me in.
No, it's like
No,
it's like a hard
way better than
hardcore punk band.
Rammstein. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's they kick ass, dude. These guys are.
Tendencies type stuff.
I'll put some
Yeah.
on to close us out.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? Close us out. Yeah, the Manifestation, dude. These guys kick ass. Dude.
Yeah, we just did my other band that was in Division. We did a tour with Manifestation, and it was all East Coast in actually in February or March, whatever it was, and it was so fun, like playing bass with those guys again. I actually did double duty on that. So after we came with Division and came in here last time, a month later we went on another tour, all East Coast for a couple of weeks. And I played guitar for them and then bass for Manifestation. So double header every night I had to play. Super fun.
Very nice.
Super sweaty.
I've done that a few times, but being a drummer, it's very
different.
difficult
Yeah.
because you're really sweating your ass
And your
off.
arms were fucking noodles at that time.
Right.
There you go.
So here's Manifestation.
I'll have to relearn these songs too. I forget them after the tour's over. I forget the songs.
Damn.
Oh, do you?
I gotta relearn them every time.
All right, guys. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in to the Zig Zone. We're out of here.
Peace.
Danny Guzman. We've got my boy Brandon Lambert. And the man that does not want to get anybody pregnant because he's 40 years old.
I'm too old for kids.
He's almost 40 years old.
The kids will raise themselves. Fuck it.
Yeah, we got internet nowadays. You're fine.
Yeah. YouTube.
Yeah.
What do you need me for? Smart.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Like a train, just skip the queue.